Just saying. I'd even, when I was growing up, I never thought it'd even maybe make it to this century. We're a quarter of the way through. 2025 is almost done. Our final show, Gwynn and Chris on 97.3 The Fan. Chris Ello, Tony Gwynn Jr., and Matt Scraby hanging out for the next 4 hours, getting you set for a pretty good weekend of sports, starting with the college football playoff game tonight between Bama and Oklahoma, and on through the weekend, hopefully the rest of week 16 of the NFL, as exciting as that football game was last night. Incredible game. Aztec basketball, Saturday night, they get a shot at the number one team in the nation playing at Arizona. So we'll get you ready for all of that, but also going to spend a good portion of the show today, guys, looking back on the year that was 2025. So happy holidays officially to everyone. Tony.
Happy
Especially
holidays.
you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Scraby, happy holidays, sir.
Thank you. I mean, we got an early Christmas present for Mr. AJ Preller.
Oh, he never disappoints, does he?
I mean, he ought to, never mind the frazzled black hair that never looks combed. It's time for him to just grow a big old white beard, right? Put a Santa hat on. And he came through, and the Padres came through. I also kind of feel like Michael King came through, right? Because none of this is possible if Michael King doesn't want to be a Padre. That's kind of the way the world works now, isn't it, Tony?
It's exactly how the way the world works. It's no longer. It's players have the options now,
right?
And listen, I don't know what Michael King's actual options were, but in the end, we know what we heard, but in the end, he chose to come back here to San Diego at a pretty, I think, a fair price. This is about what was predicted.
I wouldn't say discounted price, would you?
Not at all. I mean, you think about it this way. Dylan Cease got 27 AAV, which is the annual average, right? So he gets 25. I wouldn't argue that it's a $2 million difference, right? I think that's pretty accurate given the circumstances that Michael King had this year, which was he missed most of the season due to the shoulder.
Michael King hasn't had any second-place finishes yet in the Cy Young Award race.
Right.
Dylan Cease has.
I would say that this, given his age, given the health last season, this is a fair deal. I would even venture to say it's probably more friendly towards Michael King, right? You got two player options.
Well, let's talk about that because it's kind of like the Nick Pivetta deal from last year, but with more money, way more money, because Nick Pivetta took a very low salary in his first year. And so Michael King's going to take a $5 million salary, $12 million signing bonus. So he's going to be making 17 and 26. But then his option for 27 is like $28 million, which I would find it hard to believe he would decline $28 million unless he has some crazy year.
Don't start putting that out there.
That's true.
By the way, he goes out and finishes second in the Cy Young.
Strike it for the record.
Yeah, and 2 years from now, $28 million isn't going to be what it is now.
That's right. That's
so
the market always is
going to keep going up.
So
up,
he's
up.
actually helping the Padres. The Padres are helping him, and I think I was trying to look for this, but I couldn't get a clear answer. Is the signing bonus doesn't count against the competitive balance tax? Is that why he gets that, Tony? Do you know?
I don't know.
You're asking people who don't know those answers.
I do like these contracts.
So whether it's friendly or not in terms of the actual taxing issue, he's actually going to get 17 this year with the $12 million signing bonus. So it's not exactly Pivetta. I don't recall Pivetta getting that kind of signing bonus. I remember him having a pretty low salary for all of the season. Nonetheless, this is a good deal for all sides. Michael gets to kind of continue to raise his profile, get paid simultaneously. And if he continues to love it here, he's got 28 and then 30 coming to him in 27 and 28.
Well, I mean, he's got to be a fan favorite right now. I mean, because the Padres were in a position, and our fans, we were all in a position of pretty much coming up empty when it came to adding frontline starting pitching, right? I mean, we might have been able to find a free agent, in February, as AJ Preller did last year. We may have been able to find somebody on the cheap. We may have been able to find somebody that we're hoping had a bounce back year, pay them, $7-8 million and hope. We were nowhere near, in my mind anyway, Tony, of being able to secure somebody that qualifies as a number one in your rotation starter. I don't think that was even in our thinking the way this offseason started, and with word of the the sale, impending sale potentially, all of that. I thought Michael King's were out of touch for us. So the fact that Michael
Felt
King
like
is
that.
right,
It did.
and so now, what a huge difference this makes. I mean, all of a sudden, I'm going to overreact a little, but it's okay.
It's a better version of what happened last year when Nick Pivetta.
Oh yeah, way better.
Because you didn't know what you were getting.
But Pivetta came in as the number 4 starter.
Right.
This is your number 1 starter we just got. And to me, all of a sudden now, the Padres have 3 guys at the top that I truly 100% believe in and would match up against anybody else. And that is King and Pivetta and Musgrove, because I have a lot of faith in Musgrove. I know a lot of us do. So the starting rotation now is, in my mind, solidified. Vasquez as a 4 sounds about where he should be. Let everyone else, Tristan McKenzie, J.P. Sears, whoever you want, Waldron, let them all fight for number 5. Also, I no longer, even though they told me they weren't going to do it, I no longer even am thinking about Miller or Morejon moving into the starting rotation. There's no need for that.
This is probably why they told you they weren't going to do it.
Okay, right. But I didn't believe it yet because we didn't have enough starting pitching. Now I think we do. And really, with this signing, I'm back to thinking that this team is 1 first baseman and 1 DH away from being ready to go to battle next year. What else is needed? Laureano's here. Jackson's here, Fernando's here, Crony's here, Bogey, Machado, Fermin. I mean, I'm ready. You can throw all of these trade rumors out the window now that this trade has been done. I know that's not the way it's going to be. That's just how I feel.
That's the overreaction part of it.
Right.
Gotcha.
I got to clean some things up on the contract just to make sure everybody's clear. After the first year, if he decides to opt out, then he'll get a $5 million buyout.
Right.
So it's either 1 year of $22 million, 2 years of $45 million, or $75 million for 3 years. That's what Mark Feinsand is reporting.
Okay.
I don't know that you cleared up anything. Right?
Yeah,
No, what I
understand
cleared up
any
was
of
that
it.
he's going to get more money if he opts out after this year. So he'll get $5 million buyout. But if he decides to stay with the team, he doesn't get that buyout, but he gets the big raise, which will give him $45 million total over 2 years.
Sure.
Great. As long as he's in a Padre uniform, I'm happy at the moment.
These things are important.
They are, but not at the
didn't
moment.
we say that,
I'm
though?
more of a celebration.
I mean,
mode.
besides
I
the
didn't say
$5
the
million
buyout. Yeah, I didn't
buyout
say the
part.
buyout.
So if he opts out, they still got to pay him $5 million. Everything else is as we said it was. Here's the thing I'll counter to your overreaction thought.
Okay.
I think it's good enough for the first half of the season and then a reevaluation. Because that's kind of what has been the case the last, 3 seasons, right? Where they like the roster for the last 2 seasons, we'll say. They like the roster for, all the reasons. But they know that there's some pieces that they're going to have to address. They end up addressing them. Boom, bada, bing. That's been the kind of case. And I think that's the same thing because realistically, those 3 guys that you named, even in a perfect season of them being able to make all their starts, no issues at all, your depth is going to be challenged with the 5 that you have. And so I am also comfortable at this point going into the season as is. If need be, if they end up being able to add, even better. But I don't know on the offensive side, outside of the core guys, if everything remains the same as we get to spring training.
Well, I mean, I said they're going to have to fill in first base. They got to get a DH. I hope that they're able to bring back Ryan O'Hearn. I know nobody hopes they bring back Luis Arraez, but maybe that'll still happen. I don't know. And the backups to those starting players, in my mind, always are kind of interchangeable from year to year. But here's what I'm thinking, Tony. Before I heard Michael King was a Padre again, which means yesterday afternoon, my mind was still thinking the Padres and A.J. Preller are going to have to get really creative here, trade this, trade that, find a bunch of different ways and maneuver to put together a solid rotation for the season. Now I don't feel that way. And that to me is what one signing has changed the entire prospects.
I just think there's still so many. I'm not as comfortable as you are yet. And I think that's because I'm not sure that Michael King, even though we may have thought it was out of range, was ever out of range when it was all said and done, right? Like they may have been able to budget for Michael King, bringing him back before the season ever ended. However, the other pieces that you're going to need, you said a first baseman. How do you get to that? DH, how are you going to address that? Maybe they already have a couple signings that have kind of gotten under the radar. Padres did sign the KBO infielder,
Sun Moon Song.
Yeah. He's supposed to be the real deal, but remember how the
sounds like a Neil Diamond song there. Sun Moon Song, Sun Blue, I think the Neil Diamond song.
Just remember the transition for Ha-Seong Kim. It was, I mean, I know we think of Ha-Seong Kim in those last couple of years where he was really good for the Padres, but the first couple, it was kind of a gradual build.
Okay, I'm not saying they're done. And maybe I spoke those words, but I don't think that. I definitely know they're not done. But I feel that the Michael King signing has put everything into focus now for me. Whereas as of yesterday, I really didn't know how they were going to piece it all together. I thought they might have to make a trade. They might have to do a bunch of things. Now, I honestly feel like if they're able to spend enough money to bring back Ryan O'Hearn and find somebody, to DH or a couple of guys, couple of pickups like Gavin Sheets was last year, to be DH or a platoon there, I think they're ready to go. And I just didn't think they were anywhere close to being ready to go before this signing.
So just the one signing has moved that from nowhere near ready to go to ready to go.
Exactly.
That is a gigantic leap.
But okay, but tell me where are you overly concerned right now? Now that this is done, you've got
depth of starting pitching.
Depth? Well,
you've got four guys.
You got Vasquez 4, and you have I think you have between Waldron, Sears, McKenzie, right then and there. I feel somebody's going to step up.
I do think.
A 5 starter. I'm not expecting them to go to the Hall of Fame.
I do think the Tristan McKenzie signing might be an under the radar good signing for the Padres.
We'll see. I'm just not there yet.
I'm not there yet either. I'm not saying Chris is wrong though. I just can't.
The signing, it gives you good feels because there was nothing happening, and you were starting to wonder, wow, do we have any money to spend at all?
Right. That's another sign to everybody else.
That's definitely it makes you feel good knowing, okay, well, at least we'll be able to bring back Michael King. Man, because it felt like, man, what are we gonna do? How creative can you possibly get?
Yeah.
But this kind of, I think, pours a little cold water on that. Now, that being said, I think there's more to be done, or that can be done. We'll see how and if the Padres end up addressing that.
And I would also like to thank Santa Preller for bringing us this news before we went on vacation for 2.5 weeks. Because this is something that usually breaks like
we
3
usually
minutes
are sending
after the
texts
show.
to one another. Like, can you believe this actually broke while we're on break?
I missed it last night. I come back to my phone and it was like blown up, and I couldn't believe it. But Chris, you were asking, where am I concerned? My concern is starting pitching depth at this moment in time.
I got you.
Yeah.
But I feel okay. Vasquez, I've heard Tony say, think going to step up. Number 4, perfect spot.
Hope he steps up.
And somebody there. JP Sears is at least the number 5 starter right now.
I'm troubled with that because I do recall you feeling a different way during the season when he was actually throwing the baseball.
He stunk.
I think you said you never wanted to see him pitch again.
He stunk, but he has the qualifications of a number 5 starter, as does Waldron. As does Tristan McKenzie.
Padres also signed Jose Miranda. I don't know if you guys remember. This is a guy who had a couple good seasons with the Twins. Was a free agent, kind of fell out of favor there. He plays third, but I probably like it to be a DH on this squad, or at least give the flexibility to kind of do those things. That Padres brought him in as well on a minor league deal. So there is some movement happening. I would say they are starting to kind of put this roster together. We'll see if there's any more big moves on the horizon. We'll have to kind of wait until my guess is, you know what? I'm not gonna say anything because I wasn't expecting this to go down last night.
When's the next one happening, Tony?
Don't know. Could be tomorrow.
I didn't go off the deep end and say World Series, but I did say that this signing makes me and a lot of people feel a lot better for a lot of reasons.
I feel better, yes.
One of the ones you gave, Tony.
Yeah, no,
because we weren't spending any money and it didn't look like we were going to.
Right. I definitely feel better about where the Padres are here on December 19th versus December 18th, for sure.
Michael King, thank you. Welcome back home.
The King is back.
The King has returned. All right.
We're going to get another cool Michael King bobblehead next year now. That's going to be awesome.
What can they do
That's
different
what I
this
was
time?
thinking about.
What can they do different?
Yeah. What are they going to do different? What's it going to be the new kind of
the new City
splash
Connect
thing?
King.
Ooh.
I don't know what it looks like, but
no one does.
I'm hoping.
Speaking, we might as well go these extra 2 minutes, extra minute now. Speaking of which, at what point do we start to see the fake mock-ups? Are they out yet?
For the
I
new
haven't
City
seen it.
Connects?
Do you remember the fake
yes.
mock-ups starting to float around when we had the other ones?
Yeah, I'm not falling for that this time around because although the mock-ups did look great, like some of you are very talented graphic artists.
Some of you were not close.
But it wasn't official.
It wasn't close.
And some of them were not great.
Padres will have new unis this year. Remember to listen around 5:35. We'll announce today's biggest fan for a chance to qualify for a night in the Odyssey Suite. Future Padres game with all of us and the fan staff. It'll be catered by Spiro's Mediterranean Cuisine. Register your name at 973thefan.sd.com/biggest fan in order to potentially have your name called. All right, it's our final show of 2025. Some of what we're going to do today, we're going to have a look back at how we all here on this show and at the station covered the events of 2025. Such a jerk.
We will turn back.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly what the segment
is like
all
the
about.
actual only reason to use that.
Yeah, so stop using it all the rest of the time.
No chance.
We will, Scraby is going to take us through how we covered the events of 2025. Also, looking forward to our countdown today. It will be each of our top 5 moments of the 2025 year in sports. So we'll take you through all of that. Sit back, relax. Daily Gambit, Chris First, the fans, Big Five. Big Five?
Oh, that's
It says it on the sheet.
I put it in there because I was overruled in my producer decision.
We will see what happens.
We're going to talk about this.
You may want to be here at 4:30 to see if there is a Big Five.
There will be because I was overruled, and it's 2 against 1. I have to.
Gwynn and Chris rolling
yeah.
on 97.3 The Fan.
Few things go.
Don't get it twisted. Vacation has already started. For Scrappy, at least.
What?
Tony Gwynn Jr., Chris
I
Allen.
came in and asked him what was on the Big Five today. He said, I just didn't think I needed to do one.
Basically, exactly.
So, yeah, vacation has definitely started.
I know. I
He
told
was
you guys.
talking to us like an intervention. He was like, all right, guys,
Like an intervention.
I didn't do a Big Five today. And we just kind of looked at him like
why? Well, blah, blah, blah.
I told you I budgeted my time for this year in review thing, and
budget
then
is a little strong. I don't know if you
were you there with me?
I don't know if you budgeted your time.
I used the time to prepare for the show by looking at all of the docs throughout the year.
You used all the time to look at the docs.
You could have started doing that earlier in the week. You didn't have to save it for the last minute.
But sometimes I do things and I don't know if you guys are going to be accepting of them, so I don't do them until I get your approval so that I don't waste my time.
When did we talk about doing the review and end of the year review show?
A while ago.
I don't think we actually had an official
With all
thing.
due respect, we
beginning of
kind
the
of
week.
review the year in the last show every year. Like this is year 8.
But this time I made
Not like
a
we've never done that
huge
before.
effort into it.
And
But
so
we'll see.
went through
We'll
all
see
the
what the
docs.
and
results
so
are.
the Big Five had to take a dive because you were so dialed into that.
Yeah, thank you for saying it that way. That's actually the way it should be said.
I'm looking forward to seeing what
No,
the
we're gonna get the
can't
Big
wait
Five.
to see this.
I
this year
can't
review.
wait to hear
This
the
is going
fruits
to be
of-
an amazing show.
to hear the fruits of your labor.
Yeah.
A little bit later in the show.
Did you guys watch some football last night? First of all, what did you think of the Seahawks uniforms?
Loved them.
Loved them too. It's Chris.
I
Not
was
so
in such a pissy mood the
Oh.
entire game. I didn't even hardly
that's
notice those
Why?
uniforms.
Why?
Because those uniforms didn't cover number 12 of the Rams even once the whole game. I told you they should have suspended that guy. Man,
he's walking up to that line.
he's getting closer and closer. Come on. After the
he is
game, he
living on
tweets
the
out
edge.
again that the refs suck, basically.
I love the delete
Wow.
tweet, like no
and then
one else
deleted
is-
it right away, but too
No
late,
one's-
pal.
No one's gonna see it.
Yeah, the real you keeps coming out. He's certainly a unbelievable receiver. Right now, I this is me. Look, I plan to play against him, and anybody else who had to play against him, you're down 48 points. But I don't understand this, Tony. Maybe you can help me. But when you have your other wide receiver out of the game, Devontae Adams, don't you kind of? And the Seahawks are a good defense, so maybe Nakua is just that good, or Sean McVay is that good at game planning. But wouldn't you put all of your attention defensively on him, knowing that the other receiver's out?
Yes.
So you would think that there would be people
Yes.
all around him. I didn't see that.
I don't
So
know. That is a great question. You wonder if maybe they're trying to save something because they know they were going to see him again
might
at some
play him
point.
again. Doesn't want to use everything. I
But
don't
you would
know.
at that point, Devontae Adams is probably going to be back.
Yes. So
so you're not going to have the luxury to be able.
Seattle should have lost the game. Let's be honest. They're down 30-14. The odds of getting a punt return, 2 2-point conversions, one of which was the craziest play maybe in NFL history.
I missed the actual play, but I saw Sean McVay
I still don't
talking about it.
understand it. The ball was a throw across. Hit the Ram player in the helmet.
Yeah.
And bounced into the end zone. Zach Charbonnet,
Yeah.
he's getting all the credit in the world. He didn't do anything. He picked up the ball to hand it back to the referee, and they gave him a 2-point conversion for doing that.
Wow.
I didn't get it. I think the Rams got somehow totally hosed on that play. They looked at it. They ruled
a great
it.
explanation for.
Well, the explanation
ruled
was
it a
that it went
fumble.
backwards.
It was a backwards pass, so that's a fumble. It's a live ball.
So he picked it up,
And when he picked it up, he was in the end zone. So they said 2 points, but he wasn't even picking it up other than to hand it back to the referee.
Wow.
So that ties the game. And then the Rams miss a field goal at the end. And then, they let Nakua run down the middle for 70 yards untouched. And Sam Darnold doesn't give you a lot of confidence. I know that he got him down there and they won the game, but you were waiting for that pick at the end, weren't you, Tony? I was.
The way that game had turned, by that point, I was not looking for it.
Okay.
I thought they were going to go down and score, and it was just obvious that they were going to go for
They
two.
had to go for 2 because a tie would give the Rams the tiebreaker.
Right. And
So they needed to win. Yeah, that was smart. I give them that. I just didn't think.
Great play call on the two. As late as that player comes open, you obviously have to protect that long. But
he was wide.
He was
open.
wide,
and that was
open.
after the Rams called timeout for 10 minutes,
Right.
and the Seahawks called timeout for 10 minutes,
Right.
and then the Rams didn't bother even
Sometimes,
covering that guy.
You know, to your point about Puka just having a field day.
Yeah.
Sometimes the defense is so good that they can be overconfident in how they approach
Maybe
a team, because there's no way that Puka Nacua should have
225 and 12 catches with no other receiver.
You take the best weapon away and
you at least limit him.
Right.
Yeah. So they didn't do that. I know I'm bitter, but I mean, I'm just talking straight up football conversation. But anyway, the Seahawks won, and they have the inside track. Now, their schedule is much tougher, though. They still have to play, the 49ers at the end. But next week, they have another tough game also. Seattle's
49ers, yes.
I think, is it at Carolina? The Rams get the Cardinals, and anyway, I think the Rams still may win that. It's going to be interesting. The 49ers have the inside track, though, right now, Scrape? You win all three, you're the division champ.
Yeah.
They ain't winning all three.
I know they're not, but I'm just getting his hopes up.
They're not.
All I got to say to that is
bang, bang, Niner gang. We'll see.
And no one's giving Kyle Shanahan any credit for how great of a year he is.
Nor should they.
Every year he's coaching.
Nor should they.
I mean, they have a bunch of rookies playing. Fred Warner might be back for the playoffs. They're starting to do the. Is Fred going to come back for the playoffs?
What playoffs?
Playoffs,
are you guys in the playoffs? Did I miss something?
Did they not clinch yet?
They're not clinched yet. Get out of here.
They've only lost 4 games. It's like they're in the top 5 in record in the league.
That can change in these next 3.
10-7, my friend.
I love it how the Dolphin fan is giving me a hard time.
10-7.
Have you looked at the last 6 49er victories? Have you just even glanced at them?
He hasn't.
Oh, yeah.
Let me glance at them for you.
Why don't you read them off for us?
How about the Falcons?
Oh, that's a doozy.
It gets
on
better.
What time.
How about the Giants?
Oh, that's another doozy.
It gets better. How about the Cardinals?
Oh, that's even better.
I'll give you
Jacoby
the
Brissett actually 45 completions set the NFL record. So
then they lost the Cardinals. I'll give
it
you
was
the
because
Panthers.
they were just
give
so
you
good.
the Panthers as a that
Up and
qualifies
rising
as your
team,
big time to win.
And Brock Purdy threw 3 interceptions in the first half, and they still won.
Browns, Titans. That's not a.
Browns
not giving me a lot of confidence in your team.
Browns
honestly.
defense isn't bad, and the Titans. I can't argue the Titans.
You can't argue none of those teams.
I can argue some of those teams.
No, you can't.
The Falcons were better when they played.
Maybe the Browns.
The Falcons were better when they played the 49ers because it was Michael Penix Jr. instead of
we got to go.
and Drake London.
Colts, Bears, Seahawks remain
a bad
for
stretch.
the 10-7 49ers.
They're actually 10.
All right,
and I'm not going to rest until they lose all 3 games.
Let's get to break.
They're going to win a Super Bowl, and you guys are going to have to listen to me. Give it to you.
They're not winning a Super Bowl
the entire year.
They're not winning a Super Bowl. Let's get to break. On the other side, one of the other Padres that happened to be in the building for this press conference for Michael King was Jason Adam. And indeed, you know who, Sammy Lev, was able to get some sound from him, as well as AJ Preller.
It might be more good news is what we're going to be hearing.
Very well could be. We'll get to it on the other side. More Gwynn and Chris.
7-3 the fan.
He said, yes, it's Friday.
Chris Ello, Tony Gwynn Jr., Matt Scraby. Happy holidays to Scraby today. We were able to bestow upon him his holiday card and gift. Show everybody your card.
Can you
thought
play
it
the
was
song
perfect
as you
for
as you pull? Wait,
Oh
before you
yeah,
pull it
get
out,
a little thorough
play the
Ravenscroft going.
Play the song as you pull it out.
Yeah, get thorough. Can you find thorough?
Turn your mic on
I
first.
can.
There
I
you
can.
We got to have thorough to go along with this. But while you're getting it out, I was at the market purchasing the gift card, and thanks to the checker out there, it was a fan of the show, recognized me, and said appreciates the show. Said appreciate him, and I told him, I said, this is actually Scraby's Christmas gift, and the guy goes, I thought you guys hated Scraby.
Yeah, me too.
And I said, now,
Me too.
I said, you're getting some behind the scenes here on the
Facts.
program.
This is how we really feel about it.
We actually respect and appreciate Scraby.
You have a really funny way of showing it.
Turn yourself up here on this song.
Myself, he says.
Yeah. The Grinch.
So this is what they gave me.
There's your
Everybody.
card.
Here's
There's
the
your
card.
There he is. The Grinch.
He's right there. I found it very funny actually when I opened it and I saw the Grinch.
I was really pleased to find it because I was like, man, they made this just for you.
I mean, the Grinch is Dr. Seuss.
And I also
Is that true?
it is. Yes. Oh yes,
Okay.
of
I'm
course.
just making
yeah.
sure before we move on and I get yelled at.
No, he is definitely Dr. Seuss.
He's not Dr. Seuss, you dummy.
Yeah, no, he is.
Is that a drunk version of somebody? Yeah.
You dummy. No, and I wrote in the card that you don't have to accept this gift because we know you don't like gifts.
Well, that's usually because he expects to have to give someone else a gift back.
And that's what I told him. I
we're
said,
good.
use the gift card to buy someone else a gift if
Right.
you don't want one yourself. So
I accepted the gift.
very good.
Thank you guys. Appreciate you.
Merry to everybody.
Let me say
out
something
there.
about the listeners real quick, because Jocelyn, I guess Jocelyn and Rod were here for the Ben and Woods Extravaganza show this morning.
Right, they dropped off gifts.
I know there's a couple of people actually from the chat here. Jocelyn bought me indoor pickleball sets.
I think
which
that's
I think
very,
is
very
hilarious.
clever,
That's
Jocelyn. Very clever.
We're gonna play this in
Because
the
we
studio
talked about
at
how
one
Scraby's going to
point.
break or twist or rupture a knee playing pickleball.
Yes,
That was
and then
cute.
and then Rod, the biggest fan of 2025.
Yes.
He got me a 49ers wallet.
Look at
So,
that.
Very
Look at
nice. Thank
that.
you, Rod. Rod's left something for you, Chris.
Yeah, and I want to tell him I appreciate
Godiva
some
chocolates.
chocolates. Thank you, Rod.
Dang, Rod.
I'm surprised there's still some left in here after
Yeah,
everybody
you
else who's been
you
here
can't leave that kind
since
of
you
stuff in
dropped
here.
that off.
But I must
thank you,
tell
Rod.
you,
Very nice.
The boss's orders is that you guys need to clean your mess out of here.
Oh, that's
before
right.
the
Boss's
day.
orders.
Boss's orders.
Final day of the show
Like
of the
Scraby
season
is
here.
using his present
Oh,
already.
Clean up.
No, Rod said you can't give an empty wallet, so he gave me $1 too.
Wow. Oh, there's $1 in there?
Yes.
Attaboy, Rod.
Wow. This is yes, thank
Brings
you.
me back to my
Well,
first
you good people, man.
my
You-
first Christmas
We
with
do.
Lori. and-
solid cat, man.
Yeah. First
Yeah.
Christmas, just met Lori, and she asked me what I wanted for Christmas, our first exchange. I said, anything really but a wallet. I don't use wallets. She'd already bought me a wallet. So
I don't use wallets. Well, guess what you're using
yeah,
now,
I had
buddy?
one then.
You're
yes.
using a wallet.
Yeah.
Well, thank you to Jocelyn and Rod and
Very nice of everybody.
everyone out there that joins us each and every weekday.
Much appreciated. College football, if you're into following the Gasparilla Bowl,
I've been waiting for this.
don't
score.
waste your time. 31-7, NC State over Memphis. Earlier, there was another bowl game. Western Michigan pummeled somebody. Kennesaw State 41-6. Kennesaw got
sawed.
yes, they did. Alabama OU 5:00 to start the playoff. All right. So earlier we told you the great news. Michael King is coming back to the Padres. By the way, every once in a while I should say this different. When you sign a player in free agency, as this is a free agent signing, to me, there's always a little pushback somewhere, Tony. In some little corner of the room.
I got you
Somebody's
covered.
like, okay, well, maybe it'll be you. But there's always a pushback and say, well, maybe we're overspending, or, what are we doing here? I just feel like Michael King is a signing that just makes everybody happy, except for what, the Grinch over here?
No, it's not my thought. I saw it on the chat earlier, actually, and it was they would have rather had Cease. They understand the Padres would have never gone to that amount to pay Dylan Cease, but he's Michael King is unproven and kind of damaged goods from injuries last year.
Is
I don't agree with that.
revisionist history.
Michael King was ahead of Dylan Cease on the rotation staff at the beginning of last year.
Not only that, and I'm not saying it was anybody on the chat per se, but y'all was hating big time on Dylan Cease. Like, y'all couldn't wait to the season.
We're gonna miss him
because he was so
true.
I don't even say it was just a bad season for him.
Right, and you didn't want to see any more of it.
That's how it sounded.
Remember when he was named the Game 2 starter in Wrigley Field? We're counting on him to save our season. What are we doing?
He was the only one who won.
Yeah.
The only one who had a win.
Yeah.
I can understand a little bit someone who's like, I'm a little nervous about him missing all of last year. Well, I guess he made it through May.
Man, he's going to hang upside down when he sleeps now in order to prevent anything from happening. That was just a freak thing.
Michael King is
everybody who's in the medical field would tell you that.
Michael King's the number one. He's an opening day starter, and for the Padres to get something like that, I didn't expect it. So I'm happy, and I think most people are.
Yeah.
But the other good news comes from Sammy Lev, our guy who tracked down Jason Adam. We have mentioned about 100 times how good the bullpen is with Mason Miller and Adrian Morejon and Jeremiah Estrada.
Yeah,
we all kind of forgot that Jason Adam is still on the squad, and he may be on the squad sooner rather than later, Scred.
Before it gets anything else, tell us, what are you doing right now workout wise? Where are you at as you recover from the injury?
Yeah, that as far as everything for me, it's going great. Knee feels great. Getting some strength back. I've been playing catch now for a few weeks, so kind of on a normal throwing progression.
Mm-hmm.
We're adding in some running, some pool running. So I feel more and more optimistic about being ready for opening day.
Wow.
It's always a process. You have to see, God willing, how it unfolds. But I'm excited about where I'm at.
Before it gets,
I love he left himself some room there.
He did.
Optimistic, which is
by the way, talk about a freak injury. That was
freak injury.
Injury.
You don't tear your quad every day.
No.
Wow.
Ultimately, honestly, given how it looked at the time, the quad was like, you were like, oh, okay, we could deal with a quad because it thought it was knee, you thought it was patella tendon, you thought all of the worst possible scenarios on that. But yeah, sounds like he's moving along, man.
This has been a really good day, man. We got Michael King, we got Jason Adam. We're gonna be good this year again, guys. We're gonna be good again. I was starting to think maybe we wouldn't be as good. I think we're gonna be good again now. I'm really pumped up by this one. Gotta say, I got no support over here, apparently, but
no, I didn't expect Chris to be like, Tony, did you expect it? I'm not trying to bring you into it because you don't like that. But did you?
But you're gonna do it anyway.
Did you expect for Chris to go from negative 100 to positive 100?
I knew he was gonna be excited about it. I didn't know that he would be this excited about it. In terms of, usually if out of the three of us, Chris is usually the hardest one in terms of making him feel good about a team out of all three of us. Well, maybe not you, Scrape. I would just between him and I. Let me rephrase that.
Yeah, I'm not to a Grinch level.
No, you're not. You're not to the Grinch level. But I am surprised that you feel as good as.
Well, I feel
do.
like that now means they're going to be able to. I'm expecting. Not expecting is a bad word, but I'm hopeful again that Ryan O'Hearn will return here. I think that's another player that they would like to have back, and I feel like if they could go out and afford and sign Michael King, that Ryan O'Hearn hopefully is not too far behind. And
I think
if you get that and he's on first base, I mean, your opening day lineup is set.
I think
that's
Ryan
crazy
O'Hearn,
to me. I didn't think that was going to happen.
I think Ryan O'Hearn is probably even tougher.
You think? Okay.
Here's why.
All right.
Ryan O'Hearn is likely going to get offered a good chunk of money. And I think a team like Pittsburgh, who's already been rumored in on him, that's the type of player that they'll overpay.
Yeah, but Ryan O'Hearn's
come
not
here.
that stupid. He's a nice, smart guy. He's not going to go to Pittsburgh.
I would
Come on, Ryan.
I would say he was stupid for taking the cash on this one.
I don't know, man. That paycheck is fun to get every other Friday, but the other 13 days of the week, you're getting your butt kicked. I think you got to think about it. Maybe Paul Skeens, maybe Pittsburgh is going to do something. They did trade for Brandon Lau today.
Yeah, they're making some
who's
moves.
a decent player from Tampa, 3-team deal there.
By
but
the way, a cheap player that they got from
yeah, I'm sorry. If I'm Ryan O'Hearn, I got to stay here, and even if I got to make a little less money, Ryan, I'll make up the difference. Don't worry about it, buddy. I got you, man. On the show, nobody sticks up for Ryan O'Hearn more than I do on this show.
Yeah, I do know that you're the biggest Ryan O'Hearn
That's not true.
fan on the station.
That's not true, but I never did. Well, all right. I read some negative stats. I didn't say.
Don't get me
He
started.
still cannot take responsibility for his comments.
What comments
was
did
the
I
comment
make?
again?
Tell me what I made, other than
See,
to
he
say that he
won't.
didn't hit left-handed pitching.
Is this going to be in our season or yearly review?
It is now. I was going to leave it out. I was going to leave that whole month of September out because it was a dark time for this show.
The irony of that of that whole situation manifested itself in playoffs. Because remember that at the time the argument was you should be playing him against everybody. He's swinging the bat well, and then we get to the postseason and you got the three lefties going back to back to back, and everybody's like, "Well, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about those lefties you got in there?" And it, ultimately was the big reason why the Cubs were able to get those 2 wins.
But Mike Schultz told me in the press conference.
He told you personally.
Well, no, he told everybody,
Oh,
but
okay.
I was listening, and he said that Johnson City had a bunch of left-handed hitters in the lineup. So,
Johnson City.
yeah, he was referencing a team that he managed way back when. He said,
Did he say that?
yes, he said Johnson City had a bunch of lefties in the lineup, and we were fine. I didn't even know Johnson City was an actual team.
That's kind of funny.
What do we know about the player from the KBO?
It's not official, so we got to wait
Well,
until
but
it's official.
we could look up
Reportedly.
some stats and
Reportedly,
things, right?
Scrape, right?
Yeah, it's
We could say
reported.
reportedly.
Yeah, and then people are now surmising that this means that Jake Cronenworth is going to be traded.
Oh, they can surmise all they want. They're not trading my Jake. I wouldn't.
That's kind of what I was getting at as we were going through the things that, you felt like Jake there's still a chance he's not here. And I would hate to lose a guy like Jake. And especially, considering you just don't know about
Sung
Sung
Song.
Sungmun Song.
Sungmun Song.
Song.
I'm looking him up. His KBO statistics are, good.
He had a
right?
terrific year
Yeah,
last year.
315,
387.
26 homers.
387 OBP.
Yeah, 917 OPS. The year before that, 927 OPS. Those are all-star numbers.
Yeah.
If
he can
but
pull
we
them off
all
here.
have to. We all have to be, wait and see, because we've seen it before from the KBO players that it takes time to catch up to that fastball.
He's older than Hassan Kim was too when he came over here. I think he's 29.
He is 29 years old. Scraby, very good. He bats left-handed, so that's perfect for this lineup. Put another lefty in
And
there.
Johnson City.
Yeah, right. But he does play second, first, and third. So you can go ahead and surmise that Jake is gone, but no way. Jake's guts.
Facts.
He's part of the guts of the team. I'm pretty sure AJ Preller and those guys are aware of it. I don't think you trade a guy like him.
Okay.
Famous last words.
I know
but-
never mind. I'm not even going to put that into the universe, but he's guaranteed. Mr. Song is guaranteed $15 million. I'm seeing. So
Is that $15 million?
Over the length of the contract?
yes,
Oh.
it's not because he's not he's not an international bonus pool guy.
So
No.
$15 million, he gets that if he never plays a game, or he gets $15 million if he's here on the roster.
Well,
for
we
all
don't know
that
how it's
time.
broken down yet.
Yeah.
I mean, if he signed a major league deal, he signed a major league deal. He's getting that money.
Yeah.
Now, we'll see what the actual deal looks like if and when it becomes official. 'Cause
All right,
right now, it's just reportedly.
That Pirate trade, by the way, for those inquiring minds, Brandon Lau from Tampa Bay to Pittsburgh, Mason Montgomery, a left-handed pitcher, and a outfielder, Jake Mangum, also go to Pittsburgh. The Pirates part with right-hander Mike Burrows. I think he was in the big leagues there for a while,
Yep.
made some starts. Burrows goes to Houston, and then Tampa Bay at the end, they get a couple of prospects from the Astros. I love, look, Pittsburgh's trying to do something. Paul Skeens has said all the right things. I saw him interviewed on SVP last week, Paul Skeens, and, asked straight up, what are you still doing there? Basically, I mean,
They
Scott,
wasted no time.
Scott handled it the way he should, but that was one of the questions. And Paul Skeens really seems, convinced that they're going to, try to build around him.
That's
there.
not a great question though, because
It wasn't
go anywhere.
asked in that exact manner, but the point being, do you feel comfortable, that they're going to do it?
The beautiful thing about youth is that it allows you to have that type of non-cynical way of looking at things, and I think that's awesome.
Wait till you get to 40, Paul.
But when you keep running your head into that wall, eventually you look up, you're like, okay, this wall it's not going anywhere.
Well, the other young guy coming up is Bubba Chandler. He was a top prospect. He pitched at the end of the year last year he's another Pirate. So maybe they'll have something, but we'll see.
They better jump on it now.
All right, we're going to do a daily gambit, go over some of the games coming up this
weekend. Do we have a daily gambit?
I have it. I'm ready to go.
Are we still sticking with it?
We're going to review it, but I didn't think we had.
Well, all right. We'll talk about some of the games that are coming up. That's kind of
hot takes, honest opinion.
Thank you for listening to 97.3 The Fan. Be back shortly. I would be back shortly if the thing will click. See, I'm clicking. I have no idea what's happening. It's not playing any commercials right now. Well, this is just great, everybody. Let me see if I could try to start another one. All right. Well, this is awesome. On the air right now with no help, and there are no commercials to be played. Actually, you know what I'm going to do, everybody? You're getting a real live thing right here. This is real live Matt Scraby. I'm going to have to restart Wide Orbit real quick. So goodbye, Wide Orbit. It's not even closing. I'm going to text Adam, and I'm going to say, Adam, I tried to go to break, and the commercials did not play, and the program won't shut down. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have to do some Control-Alt-Delete over here. Control-Alt-Delete. Okay, I got it. Task Manager. It's not coming up. There it goes. Task Manager came up, everybody. I have no idea. I'm way too generous with my stroke giving. Never mind.
Are you really?
Never mind.
Wait.
I did not mean for that to happen. I did not.
That sounds like a promo to me.
Scraby's giving out strokes. I can't wait to hear that one. I'm gonna laugh for a while on that one.
Nate says, Scravy, maybe you should date her.
You might be a generous stroke giver, but I don't think she really wants to leave her boyfriend for that.
All right, that was good. In full disclosure, I'm reading this. Tony can't gather himself right now. That was a good one, Chris. That was a really good one. So I saw this at 7-Eleven, and I had to get it. It's called the One Chip Challenge. It was sitting there in the aisle, and I thought, why not? Because I am into spicy stuff. But this thing looks pretty hot. I'm not going to lie. It says a Reaper pepper and a Scorpion pepper. It's also in the shape of a coffin, which doesn't make me very happy about that. It doesn't make me feel good. Oh, extreme heat, it says. I'm going to try a little bit first, just so I don't die, I guess. That's the thing I'm saying. This looks... I don't even know if I should be eating this. It looks like it has mold or something, but let's see how hot it is. Let's go. There's a little bit of spice there. It's going. Oh, man. This is hot. Not that bad, though. I still have this side to go. It is getting hot. I'm not gonna lie. My mouth is like getting crazy. Now it's kicking in. I'm not sure if I'm gonna finish this. Honestly, it's getting serious. I gotta go with the milk. My mouth is dying right now. Yeah, this is not fun, guys. I'm never gonna do that again because my mouth is on fire. Thank you for listening to 97.3 The Fan. Be back shortly. I would be back shortly if the thing will click. See, I'm clicking. I have no idea what's happening. It's not playing any commercials right now. Well, this is just great, everybody. Let me see if I could try to start another one. All right. Well, this is awesome. On the air right now with no help, and there are no commercials to be played. Actually, you know what I'm going to do, everybody? You're getting a real live thing right here. This is real live Matt Scraby. I'm going to have to restart Wide Orbit real quick. So goodbye, Wide Orbit. It's not even closing. I'm going to text Adam, and I'm going to say, Adam, I tried to go to break and the commercials did not play, and the program won't shut down. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have to do some Control-Alt-Delete over here. Control-Alt-Delete. Okay, I got it. Task Manager. It's not coming up. There it goes. Task Manager came up, everybody. I have no idea. I'm way too generous with my stroke giving. Never mind.
Are you really?
Never mind.
Wait.
I did not mean for that to happen. I did not.
That sounds like a promo to me.
Scraby's giving out strokes. I can't wait to hear that one. I'm gonna laugh for a while on that one.
Nate says, Scravy, maybe you should date her.
You might be a generous stroke giver, but I don't think she really wants to leave her boyfriend for that.
All right, that was good. In full disclosure, I'm reading this. Tony can't gather himself right now. That was a good one, Chris. That was a really good one. So I saw this at 7-Eleven, and I had to get it. It's called the One Chip Challenge. It was sitting there in the aisle, and I thought, why not? Because I am into spicy stuff. But this thing looks pretty hot. I'm not going to lie. It says a Reaper pepper and a Scorpion pepper. It's also in the shape of a coffin, which doesn't make me very happy about that. It doesn't make me feel good. Oh, extreme heat, it says. I'm going to try a little bit first, just so I don't die, I guess. That's the thing I'm saying. This looks... I don't even know if I should be eating this. It looks like it has mold or something. But...
It's Friday afternoon. Tony Gwynn Jr., Chris Sello, Matt Scraby, taking you in for our last show of 2025. I mentioned the third baseman Jose Miranda, Twins. He also signed for the Padres minor league deal. Daily Gambit coming our way. I think we're still scheduled to do that, right? I know we canned the Big Five, but
we did not can the Big Five. It's
Daily
there.
Gambit is still here though.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I did what I normally bring to the
that's
show.
right, because you were in charge of Daily Gambit,
Well,
so it makes sense that we're on schedule there.
It doesn't make any sense to make
producer.
bets that we're not going to review until January 5th.
We're still going to discuss some of the games coming up
Yes,
and
we
get
are.
our thoughts.
How about that, Scrape?
The chat really wants you guys to be a little bit nicer to me, so...
Oh, is the chat in
Well, you only showed the chat the card. You didn't show them the card within the card.
Yeah.
So maybe if the chat saw all of it, they
Not
would
just a
understand
piece of
just
it.
how nice we were to him today.
How much we actually love you.
So
Thank you for the
chat,
Dave and Buster's
pipe
credits.
it. We gave you 2 of those little coins
Power cards
to go play. Yeah. So
no, the guys took
pipe
care of me,
it
but that's how
down.
they buy my silence for a week and a half.
pipe
Oh, is
it
that what
down,
we're doing?
chat. Pipe it down. Believe me.
See, when someone gets really angry about
That's
something,
not angry. It's just firing back.
It's facts, as Tony likes to say.
Yes. All right, let's get to some Daily Gambit.
Do you like money?
I think about money a lot.
Do you like money without doing anything?
Winning.
Do you want to make money while watching sports?
I think Washington is immortal luck.
Washington! Woohoo! If you answered yes, this is your segment. Just don't blame us when you lose.
Nothing is ever your fault.
It's your game. Take it.
Gwynn and Chris go through the top bets of the day in The Daily Gambit on 97.3 The Fan.
Daily Gambit, it's our daily sports betting segment here on Gwynn and Chris. Please, everybody, gamble responsibly. Let's go through our bets from last night. The first bet was Seahawks against the Rams. Sorry. Seahawks minus 1.5 on the spread.
Who didn't know the Thursday night game there, buddy?
Me.
Yeah.
Seahawks, we all chose them.
They only won by 1.
They only
Yeah,
won
we
by 1,
lost the bet.
37-36.
Yeah.
Now, here was a matchup that I thought was going to be kind of close. Who had more receiving yards? Puka Nakua,
Not
-2, or JSN? We all went JSN. JSN had 96. Puka had 225. Minus those two, he had 223.
He's the first receiver ever, by the way, to have over 150 in 3 straight games.
Really? Not even
Really.
Jerry Rice. That's
Not
crazy.
Even. Not even.
I did not expect that. Who had more passing yards last night? Matthew Stafford or Sam Darnold? By the way, some of his interceptions were like, what are you doing?
I can tell
he
you.
has that.
He was
and I
seeing
think
ghosts
that's
last night.
That's honestly what scares. As much upside as he has, that is what scares you once he gets to the postseason.
I don't think there's any question. If you're a Seahawk fan right now, you're happy they won last night. You got it. You're in the driver's seat. But you know they're not going to the Super Bowl. That guy is going to make a mistake at the wrong time.
He keeps throwing it to linemen on the goal line.
It's just going to happen. I'm sorry, Seahawk fans. I know a few of them. I think Seattle's a really good team, defense, but that he's going to lose you a game. It's just going to happen. I don't think you can beat 3 quality opponents with that kind of quarterback play, inconsistent quarterback play.
All right. Well, who had more passing yards, Matthew Stafford or Sam Darnold? Tony and I went Darnold.
Oops.
Chris went Stafford. Stafford had 457 yards.
That boy was slinging.
Kind of hard
6,
when they're not covering one of the players.
You know what's
out
interesting about Stafford? That I think last year they made a trade that gave him another first-round pick this year to possibly pick his replacement. They're going to end up moving back for another year and getting another pick.
He's not going anywhere.
I don't think there's no way he's going to go anywhere.
Well, the reason is I have a very close friend who is a very big Rams fan, and his wife and children never travel to every single game, but his wife and kids are traveling to every single game this year as like a.
So that's
they're just trying to protect him from pushing people off of a ledge like he did at the celebration rally.
Chris has the weirdest memory.
Do you not remember
he did
that?
not push her. She fell.
And he didn't care. So that's just as good as him pushing her.
See, he tells me I'm the bearer of misinformation. Pushing her and her falling on her own are 2 very different things.
To me, if you see somebody run over by a car and walk by.
Whoa, run over by a car. That's
right.
different.
And you walk by, then to me, that's similar to you running them over in the car yourself.
I don't believe that I'm capable of taking care of someone who's been run over by a car.
Okay. But you would at least glance in that direction.
Yeah, we call 911.
Thank you.
That's as much as I'm doing. And
Thank
then
you.
I'm
Matt Stafford would not.
Then I'm going to go get my piece of pizza and watch what happens outside. Anyway.
Move along.
OKC. See, I don't know why he has to be rude, Tony. There's no reason to call me a dog.
Little doggy is not a dog. That's different.
Okay. OKC minus 17.5 against the Clippers last night. We all went OKC. We were all correct. OKC won 121-101, which means they won by 21. Lakers over under 242.5 points against the Jazz last night. It was a crazy one. We all said over. It was 143-135.
Chris,
Lakers
good call.
win.
Good call on that.
278.
278. Yeah, that would have been a comfortable win.
There were some good hot mic moments during that game. LeBron, at 40-plus years old, dunked on the big man one time down, and he got another chance to do it. Big man this time turned it and fouled him, and he's on the ground, and you could Mike picks him up saying he didn't want to get punched on again for the second time, huh?
Who said that to who?
LeBron said that about big man fouling him at the end.
Huh.
The other interesting thing was we'll get to it later because I know you got a Phoenix game coming up here.
No, this is the last one. USC minus 54.5 against Cal Poly. The women's basketball, we all went USC. We were all incorrect. They did win by a lot, but not enough. 86-39, which is 47 points. Tony.
Did you guys see the Suns game last night? They played Golden State.
I heard they hung on despite more Dylan Brooks antics.
Dylan Brooks almost cost him a game. He closes out on Steph Curry and like jabs him in the stomach as he goes by. Curry goes down, obviously in a little pain. They look at it, cost him a flagrant foul. They hit the bucket. They're down 4.
Okay.
They get the technical foul.
Right. And the ball.
Jimmy Butler hits a 3 to tie it.
Okay. Wow.
And then they were bailed out because they got a foul at the other end. So Suns were able
to
hit.
He punched. He was trying. Dylan, the villain. There's no way he is ever going to lose that nickname.
The crazy part is he's actually having a great season this year. He's
but his
averaging
antics
over 20.
are overshadowing
That's all we're
that.
talking about. We're not even talking about his great season.
Yeah. All right, we don't have to bet on these, but here's some games that are coming up, and I thought it'd be fun to take a look at them. We got the start of the college football playoff. Oklahoma's favored by 1.5 over Alabama. Game is tonight. It's at Oklahoma. Remember, the first-round games are at the home site. Oklahoma beat Alabama already this year. I want to root against Alabama, guys, but I don't think Oklahoma is good enough to beat Alabama twice. I'm worried. I'm going to take Alabama tonight. What do you? I know we're hoping. Most people are hoping anyway.
I'm gonna take the Sooners.
I don't like either team.
I don't either,
really, but I like Oklahoma a little bit.
Oklahoma
I've always been
at
kind
home,
of a fan.
I'm okay with.
Here's the thing that I'm really excited about this game. Michael Wilbon, who's, I think he's pretty trustworthy. We'll see how trustworthy. He says that if Alabama loses tonight, he says Kalen DeBoer, their coach, could be the coach of Michigan within 24 hours after the game is over. Now, we'll have to see about that. But if Kalen DeBoer leaves Alabama and goes to Michigan, that opens up Lane Kiffin's dream job at Alabama.
Stop it.
Could he leave LSU before he ever even gets there?
The answer is yes.
Come on,
No
Lane.
way. The answer is yes.
He could do it, Tony.
No way.
The answer is yes.
He could do it, of course.
He could do it, and he will do it.
He won't do it.
Oh, man.
He won't do it.
But this might be his only chance ever to be the Alabama coach.
By the way,
this would be epically it would be such a bad deal for him.
I will give back any Christmas present, including Rod's chocolates, to see Lane Kiffin leave LSU before he ever coaches a game there. All right, the second game is A&M in Miami tomorrow morning at A&M. 3.5 spread A&M. Scrape, what do you think? Who do you like here?
I'm
Miami
going to go with
was-
Jesse's team, Miami.
Go with Miami. A&M was good this year. They beat Notre Dame, but if you look at their schedule in the SEC, A&M did not play any of the top 7 finishers in the SEC. The only one they played was Texas, and they lost to them. They missed everyone else. The schedule was very favorable to A&M. So I'll take Miami because of that. Tony, anything on this game? You're in the middle of something, looks like.
Who's playing? Who's playing?
Texas A&M and Miami.
Who's playing?
You like the U, or are you sticking up for Jesse?
That was good. Yeah, I'm sticking up. I'm going with my man Jess.
All right, we got Ole Miss and Tulane also tomorrow, but here's the other one that I want to talk about. James Madison, Oregon. Oregon's a 21-point favorite. This came from the SEC, a tweet. Now, remember, Oregon is not in the SEC, right? They're in the Big Ten. So the SEC numbers guy tweets out, James Madison beat Old Dominion by 36. Indiana only beat Old Dominion by 13. Indiana smoked Oregon. Therefore, I'm starting to think James Madison is going to whip Oregon.
Oh, my Lord.
After that, I'll take Oregon minus the 21.
Yeah, I tell you what. I hope Dan Lanning didn't get a hold of that, because he will create
he'll put that up.
the most unbelievable pregame
He'll put that
speech,
up, yeah.
have them dudes ready to run through a wall. Oh, I hope he didn't get any word of this.
We all want James Madison to make a game of it, but I just don't see how
I
they're
don't even
going
want
to.
James Madison to win. I just want them to keep it close.
Make a showing.
Yeah.
I think they're going to win.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll
See about that.
You had the Chiefs not making the playoffs.
I did, thank you.
So I think you've already got your one lucky pick for the year.
That's probably true.
Tomorrow night, the Aztecs are going to Arizona, 14.5-point spread. First, I guess I'll ask if the Aztecs can win. Second, I'll ask if at least they can stay within the 14-point spread. The way Bird and Dixon Waters are playing right now, it's going to be pretty tough, Tony. They've got to get better games from those guys to have a chance.
I'm going to say they do keep it close.
Okay.
I think it's Bird especially.
Yeah. He's got to show up
play
big.
like the NBA prospect he is.
Right. And he
For
hasn't
sure.
been doing that. One more on go ahead to Sunday. Quinn Ewers making his debut for Miami. 180 on the over-under passing yardage. Phillip Rivers was only 150. This seems like a gimme to bet against that. Yes, no? Is he going to make it over 180?
I mean, Tua made it over 250.
I think he's
last
going to
game.
have more than 180 because Mike McDaniels he's not going to protect him from like They're gonna
let him throw it all over. All right.
I mean, they do got H-hand though.
Be something to check in on. All right, that's our gambit today. There is no betting with the 2-week vacation
so Scrape, you don't have
coming
to
up.
worry about answering bets 2 weeks later. We got this under control, buddy.
Thank you.
We figured it out for you, Scrappy. Our countdown is coming up in about 20 minutes. Looking forward to it. It's going to be our top 5 sports moments of the year. Each of us have selected their own 5.
Time on this.
I don't think so because I started doing my. Yeah, right. Hey, that was a joke. I've been doing.
Why is that a joke?
Because
you normally don't spend time on your countdown. That's what he's getting.
He does. It's just it's a quick cram session on what he needs to do.
We'll see what he comes up with. I know what I've come up with, and Scraby could go in a bunch of different directions. That's coming up. More Gwynn and Chris after traffic.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center.
The gondola pulls in.
Yeah.
It goes very slow.
Yeah, it slows down
like
for everybody.
Really slow. As we're getting off, over to my left, there's a couple getting in the gondola, going up the mountain. So it's the opposite for them. They're standing there. The gondola comes up. The door opens. You step on. Well, there was a commotion.
Uh-oh.
There was a commotion.
Someone fell.
There was a commotion, and Lori goes, "Hey, there's a commotion."
She said commotion?
I don't think she said that, but we go kind of not hustling, but walking over there quickly. There's a lady who has fallen as she's trying to get into the gondola. She's now got one leg in the gondola.
Oh, no!
The other leg and body trapped underneath the gondola.
90.
No, she's probably in her late 50s. How do I say this best?
Oh, she's heavy set?
She's in the shape of somebody who's in their 70s. You've got to rescue the poor lady. She's trapped under the gondola. Of course, as soon as she falls and there's the commotion, the guy running the station stops the gondola.
Okay, I was going to
Which means everybody on the mountain and 4 miles away has to stop. Everybody has to stop while we try to extricate the lady from the gondola.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Underneath the gondola. She's got one leg on the gondola. The rest of her body is underneath the gondola. And when I arrive to see what's going on, I'm kind of the first or second person there.
You're a first responder?
Pretty much. The guy running the gondola place is busy stopping
traffic.
The ride.
Yeah.
No, he's stopping the ride.
Oh, okay. All right.
So we're kind of first there. Lori's behind me. The lady's on her back. She's looking straight up in the air. And the only description I have is one of utter panic and utter terror combined with total helplessness.
Oh, I thought you were going to say embarrassment.
No, total helplessness. She's not only trapped, but she's not even remotely doing anything to help herself. She's kind of in a panic. And you think something terrible is going to happen, or she does.
Okay.
I go over there. First thing, breathe.
That's what you said?
I told the lady to breathe.
Good. That's good.
I said, you're going to be okay.
That's good.
Just breathe.
That's good.
Try to relax.
That was the perfect thing you could have said.
As I'm stupidly pulling this 250-pound gondola, trying to pull it off of her. Yeah. Okay. Well, you're getting
the gondola is way heavier than 250 pounds.
Yeah, right. 1,000-pound gondola.
So you're trying to move the gondola.
Just move it a little.
Is her leg how is she attached to this gondola?
Well, I told you her one leg's actually on the gondola in the doorway.
Okay.
Then the rest of her body's underneath. What is stuck with her in the gondola is her belly, not her leg.
Oh no.
That's right. Okay.
No.
So I'm pulling. By the time finally a couple more people pull and we are able to get enough airway to get her to scramble out of there. And then she immediately stepped on the gondola to go take her ride up the mountain. And off she went.
This is
I felt like I saved her life. I really do. I honestly feel like I almost saved her life.
I kind of will credit you with this.
You know, she was. I think if I didn't tell her to breathe, I think she would have gone into some sort of shock or whatever you do.
No,
she was
you're
going
right.
into a
You're right.
panic, Scraby.
You're
she was going
absolutely
into
right.
an absolute panic. And, you know, I had to calming her down, I think, was the number one thing. She wasn't in any real danger, but she wasn't feeling great because she was trapped under the gondola.
But
the
fact
look
that you said her belly was...
Yes, her belly, yeah. I'm telling you, Scrabe, it was a factor. And there was, you know, there's a couple of people pulling on an arm trying to drag her out.
I'm crying.
I know. There's people on the other side with her arm. They're trying to drag her. I'm like lifting the gondola so she can get a little room to get out of there.
You're like, hey, I'm going to take the gondola. It's lighter.
All right. I didn't say that. You did. But it was quite the scene.
I am happy that she's okay, obviously.
She's fine.
If
she
this
got
was
right on the gondola.
If this was a worse story, I would not be laughing. But she's fine. You did probably help her a lot more than you think you did.
I think so, because she was able to calm down just a tad. The gondola pulls in.
Yeah.
It goes very slow.
Yeah, it slows down
like
for everybody.
really slow. As we're getting off, over to my left, there's a couple getting in the gondola, going up the mountain. So it's the opposite for them. They're standing there. The gondola comes up. The door opens. You step on. Well, there was a commotion.
Uh-oh.
There was a commotion.
Someone fell?
There was a commotion, and Lori goes, hey, there's a commotion.
She said commotion?
I don't think she said that, but we go kind of not hustling, but walking over there quickly. There's a lady who has fallen as she's trying to get into the gondola. She's now got one leg in the gondola.
Oh, no!
The other leg and body trapped underneath the gondola.
90.
No, she's probably in her late 50s. How do I say this best?
Oh, she's heavy set?
She's in the shape of somebody who's in their 70s. You've got to rescue the poor lady. She's trapped under the gondola. Of course, as soon as she falls and there's the commotion, the guy running the station stops the gondola.
Okay, I was going to
Which means everybody on the mountain God, it's my turn again. I'm so off. Welcome back to Gwynn and Chris. This hour brought to you by Mission Fed. From first accounts to big life moments, Mission Fed can help. Saving shouldn't be stressful. Mission Fed makes it easier with great rates on savings, certificates, and ultra money market accounts. Grow your money the smart way. Check the latest rates and open an account at missionfed.com. Membership and account criteria apply. We have our countdown of the top 5 sports moments of the year coming up in the next segment. Stick around for that. And later in the show, Scraby is going to take us back through the year and how we here covered the events of 2025. Stuff like Ryan O'Hearn being acquired, Chris Ello saying that he couldn't hit lefties, and then Ryan O'Hearn homering against the lefty.
Luis Arise.
Oh, man, that Luis Arise thing caused me a lot of sleepless nights. We got I had something, and now I just, it escaped me.
The vacation has already started.
Yeah, these guys are...
The biggest story of the day in
happy.
The Padre world, of course, is Michael King is signed to be back with the Padres. The Angels are probably happy to a certain extent because this settlement has been reached with the family,
Skaggs family
of the deceased pitcher Tyler Skaggs. The jurors deliberating for more than 2 days, and that kind of suggested that the family might get the verdict. So the Angels, sensing that, I guess, agreed to a last-minute settlement. The whole thing is just a horrible situation. Tyler Skaggs died in 2019 after an Angel employee, Eric Kay, gave him a fentanyl-laced pill Kay is serving a 22-year federal prison sentence for his role. I didn't remember that. 22. That's pretty solid and needed, actually, if you ask me. The jurors ruled that had Kay not given that pill, Skaggs would not have died. But that doesn't also go past all of the problems that Tyler Skaggs had, drug problems, alcohol, everything. And how much did the Angels know, and how much should the Angels have been responsible for his death?
That's really what this is
and
about.
That's what the whole suit was about.
Yeah.
So I feel a little heartless by saying that the Angels, I think, have to take some, but I don't care for the fact that in our society too often we don't put the blame where I think it should be, on the person who is actually taking the stuff.
Yeah, I think it's a harder leap for people because, especially in this case where said person is no longer here to be able to answer for any of it. So I think for a lot of people, it's mentally difficult to place blame there on the person that is no longer here.
Right.
That doesn't mean that
it's like we're dancing or stepping on his grave type of thing.
Right.
People need to take a little more responsibility for what they're putting in their bodies. Because, the old kind of silly line that I always heard as a little kid was, if your friend jumped off the Brooklyn Bridge, would you do it too? You know what I mean? So,
I heard that from my mom.
Right, we all heard it. So, but there is something to it. Just because somebody else does something or somebody says, hey, do this, to me, it's ultimately up to you to make that decision. Peer pressure can be hard to handle. I'm not saying this was a peer pressure. I'm just saying he obviously had a real problem with the alcohol, the drugs, Grabe. And so with that temptation, he was much more, much more possible to succumb to it.
I think it generally for me, I'll speak from where I was at.
Yeah.
But if one door closed on getting my booze, I would go find another door.
Yeah. So you're telling me that if he didn't get it from the Angels or whatever, he would have found it anyway.
Yes. Well, I can't say for sure,
right,
obviously,
but I know what you're saying.
Me,
I think it's a point.
That was
a point made. Yeah.
Because once the door closed, it's like, oh no, now I got to find a new thing. So then you go find a new thing, and it's just a constant. You're just chasing your tail, basically.
There's something to be said for getting drug dealers off the street. Don't get me, all right, we're not going to get too political here, but ultimately the person who buys the drugs, I think, has to be responsible for what happens to them. Although there are people that argue it's the drug dealers that the supply needs to be cut off. You say that the one supply I know, but if you say one supply is cut off, then another one usually is there.
But I honestly think the best way to deal with this in our society is to put more money into treatment programs instead of trying to take the drugs off the street, get people the help they need so they don't want the drugs anymore, and then no one's buying those drugs. But
I will say one thing that I think hurt the Angels in this whole case was that they kept claiming they weren't aware of any of the drug addiction.
Yeah, it just seemed like,
and that just made them look bad.
It just seemed too far-fetched.
And especially, I think it was Mike Trout, of all people, who came out and said, he talked to Tyler Skaggs about trying to get his life in order. So Mike Trout knew it. The Angels must have known it or something.
Also found a new.
So anytime you lie, why don't you just come out?
Yes. Sorry, Chris. I know
no, go ahead.
You're cooking right there.
Yeah, no, there were some nasty things going on.
Because he did, Michael K did. Not Michael K. Is that
Eric K?
Eric K.
Let's not drag Michael K into this. He's got his own issues.
Eric K would do crazy things for money. This is the whole thing with Albert Pujols, is that he was a part of this whole thing, and they would throw a 90-mile-an-hour fastball at his knee for money, and everybody would stand around and laugh. But here is the grossest thing I have ever heard in my entire life. He was paid money.
I'm going to take my headphones off.
Wait, who was paid money?
K. Was paid
Eric K was?
To eat a pimple off of Mike Trout's back.
That's so disgusting.
What?
Yes.
What does that have to do with this?
That's how he was getting money to fund his drug addiction.
Yeah, that was a part of the testimony.
Yes.
So how he was getting the money.
I'm glad I missed that testimony, but now apparently I haven't missed it. I understand. It's an ugly situation all the way around. There's just and a man died because of all of it.
Kayla says, "Crazy, I'm eating right now."
It is
not anymore. You're not.
No, it's over.
I think hopefully this will allow, both parties to move forward.
But let's just give the Angels a lesson that I hope they learn and other teams learn. If one of your players is in trouble and you know about it and you address it with them and they still get themselves into further trouble, at least come out at the beginning and say, yes, we knew it. We tried.
Let me say,
do something. Be honest. Covering it up makes you look worse and the situation worse.
I think this is also why, this is a good organization versus bad organization. And I take you back to CC Sabathia. I don't know if you guys remember how all that went down. I think they took a picture of him and he might not even been in the country with, drinking on a balcony or something along those lines. And that then spun its way to the whole, him missing, I think he missed the postseason to go into rehab. But this is a team kind of helping get help to a player. Whereas
CC Sabathia is now a living, thriving, functioning member of
a good example
our world.
To other. I mean, as Scraby is to other people going through these type of deals. But when you have a good organization behind you, along with the self-awareness of knowing you need help, those you can have good outcomes. It doesn't always have to end like this.
It doesn't always have to end like that, but I think all teams are taking note right now.
They should be.
And doing some sort of security on it. You don't want your players getting mixed up in this stuff.
Not this stuff. Suffice to say, the Tyler Skaggs incident is very unlikely to make anybody's list of the top 5 sports moments of the year.
Yeah.
We will find out what does make our lists when we come back on Gwynn and Chris.
Ben and Woods.
Tony Gwynn Jr., Chris Sello, Matt Scraby. We have ourselves a countdown. Top 5 2025 sports moments in our eyes. My 5 will look different than Chris's 5. Chris's 5 will look different from Scraby's 5.
This is a tough topic for me.
Is it?
Are there more than 5, or you couldn't
There's a
come up
ton
with
of them.
5?
Both. At first, I was like, I have no idea what to put
And
on
then they
here.
started flooding in on.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Do we have some traffic to check before we get into this?
Let's help everybody get home.
Let's do it.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury.
This traffic report is brought to you by Toyota of Poway. Jam-packed on the 805 southbound at Market Street with a collision taking down a couple of lanes. It is just stop and go. Then the 15 south has a crash in the center divider at Adams Avenue. Another accident on the 8 eastbound at the 5 slows you down. The right lane is blocked. The holiday season is here, and Toyota of Poway, voted San Diego's #1 new car dealer by USA Today, is kicking off Toyotathon with huge inventory and great deals all month long. Come choose from brand new Tacomas, Camrys, and Corollas today, only at Toyota of Poway. I'm Sue Adler with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's now time for Gwynn and Chris to rank their top 5 of the day.
Gonna grip and rip as usual.
But this isn't just a regular top 5 list.
I love it. It sounds sadistic, but I love it.
This is the countdown. And it starts right now on 97.3 The Fan.
It's a long year. What was our top 5 moments? Well, let's start finding out.
Number 5.
I never go first.
It's your idea, so you're going first.
Number 5 happened. I got to think which one I want to go number 5. My number 5 happened on June 8th of this year. One of the greatest, probably one of the best head-to-head competitions I've ever seen. Certainly qualifying as one of my moments for this year was the French Open final. Carlos Alcaraz and Yannick Sinner. 5 hours, 29 minutes, the second longest Grand Slam final in history. Alcaraz was down 2-1. He was down 3-5 and Love 40 faced 3 match points in the 4th set. He won all 3 points, took the 4th set, took a lead in the 5th set, only to see Sinner break serve right at the end to force a 5th set tiebreaker that ultimately Alcaraz won. Total points, Sinner won 193, Alcaraz won 192. It was an amazing 5.5 hour match. Number 5 for me.
Number 5 for me goes to Asia Wilson and the Las Vegas Aces. They swept the Phoenix Mercury, but it's really about Asia Wilson. 3rd WNBA title in the past 4 seasons. Won her fourth WNBA MVP award, 3rd NBA Defensive Player of the Year award, and her 2nd WNBA Finals MVP. A terrific run that she's currently on now as the best female player in the world.
Hopefully she'll have a chance to win another one of those awards next season.
I'm going to
The
take
WNBA in flux at the moment.
I'm going to take one from Chris and just do my own topic, and that's going to be top 5 sports stories.
Oh, so
of
you're
the
just
year.
going to do your own category.
That's what he does every week.
Exactly,
Yeah,
that's what
that's
you
what he
never
does every
take
week.
a okay, I got you.
My honorable mention: everyone trying to break up Bill Belichick and his girlfriend.
Yeah, it was a thing.
That was definitely a thing. But my actual number 5 was when Jerry Jones traded Micah Parsons, and then it was revealed that Jerry was mad. He had to talk to Micah Parsons' agent, and so that's why he traded him, because he wanted to pull a fast one on Micah Parsons. His agent's like, no, we're going to talk.
That's definitely a top 5 storyline for sure.
The Micah Parsons saga. All right.
That was your person. You like that one.
I do.
Didn't end well for either side there.
I think Jerry Jones made out on this.
Jerry Jones made out on this in the end, you feel.
I
Interesting.
I just going to point this out. I think they need to make the playoffs first. You can't miss the playoffs and then trade your best player.
I know it's hard to say a defensive player is going to will a team to the playoffs.
I think in terms of draft picks, in terms of like importance, it goes like quarterback, left with one of the tackles that's protect left tackle, outside rusher is a third most important piece.
Jerry traded it away.
He said, bye-bye.
I don't know. I think
I love that you
I think
gave
Micah
Jerry
Parsons,
love,
and this is my opinion, Micah Parsons might be a little bit hard to deal with behind closed doors.
Packers haven't really said much about it.
Yeah,
and that's a team owned by the people.
They don't know.
Okay.
Number 4, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Number 4 for me was November 24th, about a month ago at Snapdragon Stadium. Just an unbelievable atmosphere. I wasn't even there, but you could feel it. And the tense matchup between SDFC and Minnesota United FC in the West semifinal. In the 72nd minute, the ball popped loose to Anders Dreyer. Bang, into the back of the net, sending SDFC, one of the greatest expansion teams in any sport, all the way to the West final. That was some moment. And for Dreyer, he started it all too, Tony, way back at the beginning with the first goal against LA Galaxy. He finished with 23 goals. And I think if there was a male athlete of the year in San Diego, he'd be pretty high up on the list.
You should create that award, Chris.
Sure. Okay. Be happy to.
You know what? That made me want to take one out and throw that one in. But
All
since
right.
you used it already, I'll stick with mine. I'll be actually giving someone some love that I usually don't give love. It's Scraby's guy, Rory McIlroy, going back to April. Got his first He finally won the Masters.
Yep.
And he completed the Grand Slam. Scraby thinks it's the greatest thing that he's ever seen.
He actually completed the real Grand Slam. You know what I'm saying? He didn't.
Yeah.
The
career Grand Slam.
Exactly. So shout out to Rory McIlroy.
And it was quite.
It did go. I feel like it went downhill from there, though. Right? Didn't he have some?
No, he had a really strong year.
Okay, so it went uphill.
He won like the European tour, and he had a strong.
The thing that I liked is that he actually spoke to the media after that tournament.
It was
but
before
none of the
that,
other
that's
ones
right, that's
that
right.
he.
It was before he was running
none of the
off.
other ones when he ran to his car. What a stand-up
Still don't
guy
have any
he
problem
is.
with it.
Yeah, well,
that's number 4.
I was gonna put that on there, but I'm taking it off now because Tony put it on there. My number 4. You guys are gonna hate this one. You guys are gonna absolutely hate this one. One of my favorite sports moments of the year was the swing off at the All-Star game.
Yeah, I hate it.
Schwarb
Loved the swing off.
So stupid.
You just
Schwarber
liked it
was
because
just
Schwarber
amazing.
did what he did.
Yeah, if he didn't do that, I
Swing off.
wouldn't be naming this. Remember right after that, should real games be decided by a swing off?
We're so lame sometimes. that was the thing the next day too, by the way.
Yeah, it was. Everybody was talking about it. It was also the day after the game, which means zero sports to talk about. So
that's a great point. That's probably why we were talking about that.
But that's my number 4.
Number 3.
Number 3 was something that I really and only I experienced with my buddy Mike Golovko. His racehorse, Almond Joy, winning 5 consecutive races, the 4th and 5th of which came at Del Mar. Both of those, I had a chance to be down in the winner's circle and celebrate with my friend who, dreamed along with me about owning a racehorse one day. Well, now he was a part owner, and there he was winning back-to-back races. It was quite exciting to be part of that, I must say. July 25th, won the Fleet Treat Stakes. Yikes, say that again. And August 30th, the Torrey Pine Stakes. 2 really fun moments.
Who's having steak?
For me.
Yeah, steak. Give me some meat.
Give me some of that meat. And Joy. Great year for that horse and my buddy Mike.
Give me some meat. We go back to June.
For you?
For me, in my number 3 pick, Coco Gauff wins her first French
Coco.
Open title. She beat Aranya Sabalenka.
Arena. It's actually Arena, just not spelled anything like that.
No, it's not. Arena,
Yeah.
fine. Arena. And that was her, kind of first big moment. Second Grand Slam title. I thought that was one of the more great match. I thought it was one of the more big moments of the year.
Chris, about your horse racing, what happened to the heads up on the first race money could have made? Like if you told everybody that
I did tell everybody I was going.
You didn't say to bet on the horse. Everybody would have.
Okay, well I didn't know it was going to win,
so he didn't want to lead you down the road. Yeah,
right.
I'm just trying to get him to tweet out, bet on this horse, and then. Let me do this real quick, and I'll get to my number 3. This hour, is brought to you by the California Office of Traffic Safety. In 2023, 1,355 people were killed in alcohol-related crashes throughout California. Driving under the influence of anything is dangerous, illegal, and has serious consequences. Don't be the I in DUI. Go safely, California. All right, my number 3 is Cal Raleigh's home run barrage that he had all year. 60 home runs.
For the second place finisher in the MVP.
I feel bad that he finished second in the MVP, but he had a great season, and you got to know Cal a little bit more. He seems like a fun guy, good dude. So I'm happy
What was his
to see.
nickname? That's what
Big
everybody
Dumper.
loved.
Big
Dumper.
Come on. How could you ever forget?
Right. That's what I think catapulted him to new heights.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And who said it?
Gotta have a good nickname.
We had Ryan Divish on, and he told us who came up with it. I can't remember it now.
It was Kelnick.
Kelnick, that's it.
And I think our guest said it was the only thing Jared Kelnick ever contributed to the Mariner organization.
You know what?
He did say that.
I was thinking it in my head, but I was like, I don't need to say that. That's
was
kind of
whole.
me.
That was hard.
But no, Ryan Divish did it for you.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So it's on me, huh?
No, you did number 3, right? We're on number 2.
Yes, we are.
Number 2,
June 15th. One of the moments of the year for all Aztec fans. JJ Spawn wins the U.S. Open at Oakmont. It was how he did it that I think was just incredible. Ended up, bogeying 5 of the first 6 holes in the final round. Made a 40-foot putt on 12 to tie it. Made a 22-foot putt on 14 to take the lead. Hit the amazing drive to the green on 17, birdied that. And then finished it with a 69.5-foot putt on 18. Talk about something dreams are made of. JJ Spawn.
Only got to finish under par.
Right, 1 under par to win it by 2 over Robert McIntyre. JJ, number 2.
You could have given me 1,000 guesses. I would have never said Robert McIntyre.
Right, I had to look that up, obviously.
That was an amazing performance, by the way. Number 2 on my list, Game 7 of the NBA Finals. Great series between the Thunder and Pacers. Tyler Halliburton tears his Achilles in the first quarter of that game. It was pretty much lights out from that point on.
They hung in there for a while,
they did.
But they couldn't keep up with them.
And, it's as much as we complain and moan about all of our sports, and when you get to the finals, you get the 2 best teams and you get a matchup like that, it makes all of the rest of the season
games
really
were all
point.
good. Remember the first game of the series? I think Indiana was down 28 points in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
Something like that.
And so, that was a terrific series. Number 2 on my list.
All right. Number 2 on my list recently happened. It actually happened last Sunday. Kansas City Chiefs were eliminated from the playoffs, everybody. Kansas City Chiefs going to be sitting out there in patooties when everybody else is playing football.
You're such a hater, dude. You couldn't wait to get that.
Why didn't you even be a bigger hater and say that the icing on the cake was that my homeboy got hurt in the game?
Because I don't believe that.
Oh, you don't believe that?
Sure you don't
I don't want him to get hurt. I'd rather him. But for the most part, they were kicked out of the playoffs because of the whole team, not because
it wasn't because of him.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't have his year. But the rest of the team.
Ironically, he got hurt because he was trying to squeeze out every inch he possibly could because the offense couldn't do much.
Do you think he'll stop doing the fake out thing when he's running now?
I don't think that had anything to do with his injury.
I'm not even responding.
Scraby.
Oh, but yes, my number 2. Chiefs eliminated from the playoffs.
You know, it is like Scraby for one of his great moments to be the demise of something else.
Yeah.
He looks at it the opposite way.
I mean, it was just
so
annoying.
scrappy.
It was annoying with the Chiefs and the referees and Patrick Mahomes losing his mind when penalties were called and there were actual penalties. It's
You loved it.
Number 1.
I gave my wife my list today, and I asked her to guess what my number 1 was. Took her a moment, but when it popped into her head, she knew it. It's easy for me to say that March 12th was the number 1 moment of the year. It was the night that the Aztec girls beat Wyoming in triple overtime, a classic to win the
That's
Mountain
fair.
West tournament. To be there, celebrate with them, ended up getting the ring. The game itself, even if it wasn't for a championship, was incredible. But being as a championship was at stake, it was quite the memorable night. And then I, forced my way through to the front and climbed up the ladder without anybody giving me clearance and grabbed a little piece of the net for myself. And I'm glad I did.
Yeah, I do remember watching that game or listening to the game.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Great game.
Number 1 on my list. It's probably gonna disappoint a lot of people, but
Game
it's tough-
7.
It's tough to leave it off.
Yeah.
At the top of the list.
It is.
It was one of the greatest World Series in my lifetime.
It was up there.
I can only think of like
1991 Braves
Twins.
There's not much. Cubs, I guess they were the Indians
Cubs,
then.
Indians, but I don't think it was as good as that.
No, this one
That
was
was
really
crazy.
something.
The wrong team ended up winning, but it had to be at the top of the list.
The last game, I mean, Miguel Rojas homers. Pajas catches the ball. I still don't know how that happened.
That is crazy.
With a dude like at his legs. Like
Right.
that's
And what is it? The catcher,
Will Smith.
Will Smith barely keeps his toe on home plate.
And then
That was
homers.
a lot of fun.
That was
A lot of fun, but you're right, the wrong team. All right, Scrappy, finish it off. What other horrible thing befell somebody that was your number 1 moment?
Thought about Zion Williamson a
Yeah.
million times. It's usually a missed game here and there. I guess I'm gonna go with because if I'm gonna go with moment, I'm gonna go with opening day because Gavin Sheets hit the home run against the Braves late in the game. It was our introduction to Gavin Sheets. I was there. It was crazy, and people were very excited. We thought, and then they started out 7-0, and then they went
did,
15-4. So I'm gonna say
That's a good
opening
memory.
day.
That was a good memory. My memory of Gavin Sheets, I hate to tell him, is still that running into the fence moment. But
I forgot about that.
yeah,
That is pretty fun.
it was funny when we were guessing. My wife was guessing today. She goes, "Was it something to do with the Dolphins?" I said, "I don't think they had any moments. None.
What about
Zero.
benching Tua? Is that your number
That
one
might be
moment of the
right
year?
number 1. I was going to thank Michael Valenzuela when I see him at the Christmas party tonight for his Steelers, making that a finality.
Yes.
But all right, there we go. Our moments of the year. Hope you enjoyed that retrospective.
I have a oh man, I forgot this one.
You
NASCAR
want
was
to add a new one?
announced.
You like that?
Yeah,
moment?
I
That's a
want to
big
see
moment for
NASCAR
you?
here. Yes.
Well, that can be on your list next year
And
because
it's in June.
it'll be in June 19th through 21st.
Your birthday weekend.
That's why I remember it now.
I know.
Okay.
That's how I remember Chris's birthday now.
Get to the break. Chris versus
Whoops,
the fans.
sorry.
On the other side, I know you want to drown me out.
Yeah, I didn't mean to.
833-288-0973.
think I'll remember it's my turn this time. 4 o'clock as we kick off hour number 3 of Gwynn and Chris' final show of 2025. We'll be off the next couple of weeks. Returning on January 5th. All right. Looking forward to a little time off here, but everybody getting into the holidays spirit. One of the people not necessarily in the holiday spirit, Matthew Stafford's loudmouth wife. What's her name? Kelly?
Yes, Kelly Stafford.
You know, Matthew Stafford would love to find a muzzle for her, but he just can't.
Chris, you cannot say those things.
Why not?
This is all him.
Yeah,
I just want to go ahead and put that out
can we
there.
go over here in the corner?
The muzzle and all of that. That's Chris Ello. Okay, go ahead, Chris.
You can't tell women to be muzzled anymore.
All right. I think he'd like his wife to shut the hell up. Can I say that?
Probably not, but go ahead.
Probably not.
It's already been done.
She tweeted out or Instagrammed out today how the referees stole the game from her husband's Rams last night. So
I'm not saying that
if you
she
want to
doesn't
check it out,
say
check it out.
insane things all the time, because she does say insane things all the time.
Okay.
If I was Matthew Stafford,
And you
I would
don't
say,
think
can
Matthew
you please
Stafford-
be quiet, honey?
Okay,
I would
well,
beg to
it's-
differ. At this point, I don't think Matt is really tripping about it. It's not the first time she may have said something that could have made him uncomfortable, and it keeps coming. So I don't think there's I think they're good.
Yeah. No, I mean, you're right. There's no signs of slowing down in their relationship. I think
There's a
Stafford
nice.
knows.
I don't know if you found this, Scraby, or if you're going to use it in the Big Five.
I'm sorry.
What?
Muzzle. I can't imagine.
You guys don't like the word muzzle.
I can't
apparently.
imagine you using that word to
Lori?
You should treat Matthew Stafford's wife how you would treat Lori.
Oh man!
Don't quite have the same conviction for Matthew Stafford's wife.
I think he
Be
just
honest with
hates
you.
the Staffords in general, because he was talking about Matthew Stafford letting that put, and he was fake newsing and pushing.
You know, Chris Deuces really did like. I mean, I shouldn't say he didn't like him. He just had questions on whether he was as good as everybody was making him out to be. Because he was Detroit. That's a historically losing team, and they lost a lot. And now they're winning a lot. He's not there, but on the flip side, sort of Rams.
I just think she keeps saying things that indirectly portray him in a bad light.
I don't disagree.
You think they project him in a bad light?
I don't disagree with
I do.
Chris, because she reflects, or she represents Matthew Stafford, and
In
you
this
can't be
case-
calling out the refs.
In this case, she's not allowed to have an opinion about the refs. Puka is allowed to have one.
He got fined $25,000, and we'll see what
Well,
else
they can't
happens.
NFL can't find her.
We'll
Yeah,
see
she
how
can-
much more Puka can get fined before he figures this thing out.
She can say whatever she wants, but she's married to Matthew Stafford. So that's the trade-off she has to make in her mind. Do I want my husband's name to be brought up with this?
I'll bring this up while we're waiting for some people to call in for Chris versus the fans.
833-288-0973.
Chris Fowler has a really good
Yes, he did.
thing today, and I don't want to step on it if you're going to use it in the Big Five, but
I'm not.
Okay, he talks about us in general, and he's speaking mostly about college football, but us in general just not being able to understand how to lose with any dignity and class anymore. And he points to Notre Dame's AD crying from the heavens because they didn't get chosen. He points to the Heisman Trophy kid from Vanderbilt, saying what he said because he lost. And he didn't point to Kelly Stafford, but this is just another example of what we're talking about. Nobody can lose a game anymore without blaming it on something or somebody else. And look, the game, you fight for the game, you go for it. I mean, the Rams had every chance to win. They missed a field goal. They couldn't stop the 2-point conversion. You can go on and on. We had Sean Lewis on the other day. I told him straight up, Tony, that I was proud of the Aztecs because they didn't cry when they got left out of the championship.
And I don't know about you, but he seemed to kind of relish the fact that they didn't. That they said, that's not how we're going to do things.
Right. But we have forgotten how to lose.
I agree with that.
And I think that's Chris Fowler's point. If you want to see it on Instagram, I think it's well said. But this is just another example. Can't anybody play as hard as you can, shake hands, and go off the field with your head held high? That used to be what we were taught, learned. We are so far away from that.
I 100% agree with that. I also think that I forgot what I was going to say, so never mind.
Okay. We do have contestants, Scrape, so let's play ball.
If you had one shot, one opportunity to take down the human almanac himself,
howdy do.
Now is your time.
Listen to me, this guy is dangerous.
Now is your opportunity to win a prize.
Well, I hope you know what you're in for.
Chris versus the Fans starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right. We have a prize, a qualification for a shot at our grand prize. 2 tickets to New Kids on the Block in Las Vegas on June 26th, a 2-night stay at Park MGM, and a $100 gas card. Tony's about to throw something at me because I'm going to say, call it all blockheads! New Kids on the Block just announced 2026 dates for their Right Stuff Las Vegas residency at Dolby Live at Park MGM. Don't miss all your favorite hits live in Vegas with NKOTB February through October of 2026. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Now, guys, are we going to be packaging? I asked this earlier. We never came to a conclusion.
Let's package it.
Package. All right. If you win Chris versus Fans today, you will win a pair of tickets to the San Diego State basketball game against Boise State on January 3rd at Viejas Arena. Tickets at GoAztecs.com.
That is always a knockdown, drag-out affair.
Yes,
those two teams.
Rules, you have to make it through 3 questions. Each question will get more difficult. If you get the question right, you move on. If you get it wrong and Chris gets it right, you're eliminated. But if Chris gets it wrong, then you move on to the next question or you win. If you are a first-time player, let us know before we get into it. You'll get that question for free today.
We're such dummies.
It's I don't know why it started. I think we just started doing it and it stuck. And I'm with it. All right, let's go to our first contestant, Nate. Hello, Nate.
What's up, Nate?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going well, my friend. Here we go.
All right.
I was waiting for something.
I think we covered one of these questions.
Yes, we did. Okay.
What is the name of the Arizona? What is the name of the Arizona Cardinals stadium?
State Farm.
Ooh, I didn't think he was going to get that one. That's nice.
Yeah,
what is
job.
it?
State Farm.
Man, I would have missed it. I was picturing it in my head, but I couldn't read what was written there. So,
question number 2.
Good on you, Nate.
How old is Joe Burrow?
Oh, Joey B.
That's tough. Got to nail it?
26.
26.
Did he get it?
Stay there.
20. How long has he been in the league? Like 6 years now. Said we were looking that up. 22, 28.
28.
You were on the right path, Chris.
Not right enough. It's 29.
29.
Old man, future quarterback of the Dolphins. Please.
You would love that. I mean, I would love that for you.
Loving it.
I would, yeah. I think we all love it for you. All right, question.
Hey, I'll take him on the Vikings.
You want the Vikings?
Oh,
Okay.
you're tired of JJ already, huh?
Yeah, you're giving up on JJ. Don't give up on that guy too soon, Nate. I'm telling you. Maybe eventually, but not yet.
Nate's like, I don't.
Yeah, he's already given up. He's not buying it.
He's like,
yeah.
I want Joe Burrow.
Yeah,
That's
right. He's
it.
not buying it.
Question
Okay.
number 3. Where are we going here?
I think the first one.
Okay. The last time the Aztec football team played in the Mountain West Championship game, who did they play?
He changed. Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, it's the same. It's the same. Who did they play? Yeah.
Yes. I just assumed that's what it was going to say at the end. I didn't even get to the last line.
Let's see here. It's either Boise or Fresno. I'm going to go Fresno State.
Fresno.
Fresno.
Yes. Sorry.
Yeah,
Chris
I
knows this
remember
one.
this game. Josh Allen played on the other side. Rashad Penny won it. Well, maybe they played in another. No, they lost to Utah State in the game up at Carson.
He almost blew it.
I saved it. Sorry about that, Nate. I was just saying. Wait a minute, maybe they lost one.
He almost got to Wyoming.
I almost got too
there.
excited about that win over Wyoming.
Tony and I gave each other a look when you said Josh Allen, like, oh, he's gonna miss this one.
No, they beat Josh Allen, but that's right. The Utah State game was a disaster. Remember, they had COVID. The whole team was out of the game. They couldn't even play.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Sorry
going
about that,
on.
Nate. I don't know how it popped into my head, but it did.
All right, let's go to Alex.
Hello, Alex. Welcome
Alex.
to the show. Alex, are you there?
Yes, you,
Alex
Mr.
is
Alex.
there.
Here we go,
You
Alex.
ready to play?
Ready.
All right.
Ready.
What is the name of the Indiana team in the WNBA?
The Fever.
Ooh, nice. It is indeed the Fever.
Still don't
Question,
understand it, but whatever.
question number 2.
I got a fever, and the only way to
More cowbell.
cover that is more cowbell.
In 2019, Lamar Jackson became the second player in NFL history to be named as the unanimous MVP. Who was the first?
Oh man.
That's pretty hard, I think.
Tom Brady.
Oh, not hard enough.
He got him, huh?
apparently.
Brady.
Nice job.
Nice work.
Always go with
That
Tom
was
Brady.
hilarious.
He had the most
Those
opportunities,
are the
that's for
best
sure.
ones right there.
Yeah.
Question number 3. I know Chris.
How was LT not unanimous the year he had like
I don't know.
60
That's a good
touchdowns?
point.
You know what I mean? Somebody.
I think Chris knows number 2.
He definitely knows number 2, so I'm
But
not
do you
going to
think he
ask
knows
that
number 3? We're conspiring against him now.
What about our caller, Alex? He's the one that needs to know it.
one. Which NFL division has the highest total winning percentage
This year.
This year.
this year?
Oh, this year.
Yes.
NFC West.
Nice job.
Got it!
You should always know that he's being self-serving
That's
when he
not
asks
true.
questions like
That's
that.
not true.
Good
That's
job
not
by
true.
you, Alex. You figured that out.
I honestly thought one of the AFC divisions had better records, but
They don't.
You were happy to find out it was your division.
yeah, the only team that's not very good is the Cardinals.
All right, Alex, stay there. You are the winner of Chris vs. the Fans today, and a nice sweep by you. Well done. We have break time coming up. Still ahead on the show, though. We're all kind of waiting to see what it's going to look like.
For the big
Tony and I have no
Can't
idea.
wait.
We got the big 5. We don't know what's going to happen. But even more so, Tony, we have the year-end
I don't want to do it
retrospective
anymore.
that Scraby's
You
got
guys have
put
pushed
together.
it off so far.
That we have no idea what we'll be facing there.
Do we have our interview of the year?
No. Why would you do that?
I like it, the idea, but it's probably too
we're-
late to
we're-
find
We're
one.
talking all 4 hours, baby.
All right, well, come back because we don't know how off the rails this thing will get before it's over on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855
On the clock, Tony Gwynn Jr., Chris Ello, Matt Scraby. We all await to see what the next segment's going to look like because none of us know.
We're on pins and needles.
Can't wait.
Mostly pins.
Hopefully, you guys like Westminster Dog Show questions.
That would
Big Five going Westminster Dog Show today.
That would be fitting.
Possibly.
That'd be fitting. Scraby, you said you had something for this.
Yes, I got a message from someone saying that how could you not put this on your top 5 moments of the year? And they're kind of right. Manny Machado's milestones this year.
Yes.
And personally,
2000.
I also got to interview Manny after his 2000s hit with Tony, and I got to ask him a question about it. So I probably should have put that on the list because that was one of my better moments of the year.
Well, you did a completely different list. First of all, you did stories. So yes, that should have been on the list there.
Yeah.
If we were doing top San Diego moments, certainly it's probably at the top.
Yeah, this was a wide
range of the year. And yeah, Manny's is 2000 is a big number for sure.
I thought the SDFC overshadowed what the Padres did this year, even though they're not as big of a fan base.
I would have to agree with that.
Padre Scraby was right. The 7-0 start, but that was a good, exciting, great beginning.
If you didn't bring that up, a lot of people had forgotten about it.
Right. They started 15-4 as well, and then the argument after. I always love the goalpost moving.
Oh, yes.
Well, if they hadn't won those 15 games at the beginning of the year, they wouldn't be in the playoffs. Well, they did.
That's the whole point.
Like what?
That was why it was awesome. Right.
Yeah, I went 3 for 4. Flew out the last time. Well, if you didn't get those 3 hits the first time up, you wouldn't have gone 3 for 4.
Yeah, you would have been. Yeah.
People.
There is some gymnastics going on.
No, that's a good one.
Mental hopscotch. The WNBA could be returning to Houston.
Saw that.
I don't know if anybody really remembers this, but the Houston Comets were the first completely dominating team
who was
in the WNBA.
Terrific point guard there.
Well, they had Cynthia Cooper, but they also had Cheryl Swoops and Tina Thompson. I think they won.
They were the first aces.
They won like 4 championships right in a row.
Yeah.
The league started in 19. And they're moving. Well, Houston Rockets are trying to buy the Connecticut team.
Was Connecticut once the Comets?
That you'd have to. Let's see. Wait. I don't know.
Maybe not.
Not sure. But anyway, they might move the Connecticut team down to Houston if the Rockets finish up buying the Connecticut team.
Can I say this real quick?
Mm-hmm.
That to me would lead that. Why would NBA owner be willing to buy up this WNBA team if they
might be going on strike?
I mean, not even strike. If they thought the league was in trouble,
I don't think the league is in trouble. The bottom line is the players are right in the sense that there's more money than there needs to be to run and fund the league because the teams are owned by NBA, entities. The owners are right in the sense that the WNBA does not turn a huge profit, if any at all. Those are just facts. Those are not opinions.
I don't know that to be facts. I haven't looked at the numbers, so I don't really know, but I know they don't make as much as the NBA does for sure.
Right.
I did see our guy, Sampson.
I want to talk
Kelvin?
Sampson.
Kelvin. David Sampson. Talking about this very moment, and because he was a president of a baseball organization, I think he feels like he is in the know about this. And he said that he thought the WNBA could be in trouble, period, if they indeed press to get what they're asking for. Like he thinks
if they give them what the players are asking for.
He doesn't think they will. He thinks the league will shut down before that. And he made the point that, I don't know if you guys know, there's 2 other leagues that are competing with the WNBA. He made the point that if you're one of those 2 leagues that looks like they're funded well, this is your time now
to shine,
to go out, because he doesn't think the WNBA owners will get to where they want. And if the players continue to press to get to that top number, that this is their opportunity to
talk about what they're asking for yesterday. Yeah. It was like not just a small increase. It was doubling of salaries doubling and then some.
I think
not saying they don't deserve it. Don't get me wrong. I just think it's a lot to ask.
The sticking point isn't the salaries, though. The sticking point is
the sharing of the
revenue
revenues.
sharing, and they want. I think. By the way, I think in the NBA it's like close to 50-50. In the WNBA, they're asking for 33%. I think that's the number I heard. But according to David Sampson, that is something that they'll never get to. So we'll see.
I'm rooting for the kids in the WNBA because I want the Women's Basketball League to be successful and continue. I think people like myself, I think we've even squeezed like a Scraby viewing of a couple games. I mean, I'm just saying, we wouldn't even have thought about watching a game 3 years ago. I think with Caitlin, with Kelsey, with Angel, with Asia Wilson, the rest of them, the league is starting to get where we want to see it. Paige Beckers, people are in general, not just the diehards, but other people are coming in.
I think it's important.
And it'll be a huge setback at the wrong time.
I think it's important to mention that Adam Silver has not actually got involved yet. I think once he gets involved, and here's the other thing that David Sampson made that was actually a good point. In terms of the reason why strikes and lockouts happen is it's the legal way for the next step in the process of negotiations to happen. Right now, it's just these two lobbing different deals
grenades at each other.
But once there is a strike or a lockout, legally, whatever the next step in negotiations can then actually happen. So we may not see a conclusion until that happens, but he doesn't think they're going to actually miss it.
If they walk out or lock out, it better be quick.
I think it will.
They would not be able to stand a long one there. I don't think
so either. All right, let's get to break. We now get to find out.
What do we got next? Is it Big Five or is it retrospective?
We're going to find out.
Oh, we don't know.
Scrappy.
He's over there maniacally deciding what to do.
More Gwynn and Chris on the other side.
When the Padres.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris,
I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So all the way straight and back left.
Straight back left.
Straight on that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Tony?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited. Hello, Eric. How you doing? Pretty good.
Wow. Just like I told you, next to the famous Barney Dreyfuss and Leslie Wilkinson, whoever they are.
That does look like them.
I know. It's a good shot. They don't do them all that great. That one's good. Really good.
I missed a year. 300. Must have been bad. Huh? I used to be. Not anymore, though.
Oh, it's so cool. What team did you play on?
I can give you a long list of them. Brewers, Padres, Dodgers, Phillies, Nationals.
What position did you play?
I played outfield. This was my dad. Oh, there's Dick Williams, Goose. I think he'd be pretty happy with his company over here. So.
What are you thinking of seeing it for the first time?
I'm thinking
I'm hot. I'm quite warm right now, but it's cool. I mean, it's what I thought it was going to be. I mean, who not too many people can say they have a dad that's enshrined in this place. So I think this is awesome.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. see my dad's plaque, see where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris,
I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So all the way straight and back left.
Straight back left.
Straight on that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Tony?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited. Hello, Eric. How you doing? Pretty good. Wow.
Just like I told you, next to the famous Barney Dreyfus and Leslie Wilkinson, whoever they are.
That does look like them.
I know. It's a good shot. They don't do them all that great. That one's good. Really good.
I missed a year. 300. Must have been bad. Huh?
Are you a baseball player?
I used to be. Not anymore, though.
Oh, it's so cool. What team did you play on?
I can give you a long list of them. Brewers, Padres, Dodgers, Phillies, Nationals.
What position did you play?
I played outfield. This was my dad. Oh, there's Dick Williams, Goose. I think he'd be pretty happy with his company over there. So.
What are you thinking of seeing it for the first time?
I'm thinking
I'm hot. I'm quite warm right now, but it's cool. I mean, it's what I thought it was going to be. I mean, who not too many people can say they have a dad that's enshrined in this place, so I think this is awesome.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris,
I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So all the way straight and back left.
Straight back left.
Straight on that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Tony?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited. Hello, Eric. How you doing? Pretty good. Wow.
Scraby's either going to make up a big five on the fly, or he is going to go back to something he's worked tirelessly on.
According to him,
which is our year-end retrospective. It's Gwynn and Chris at the end of 2025. Chris, Tony, and Matt Scraby. Quick note, in the game last night, Seahawks, late in the game, player helmet-to-helmet hit on a receiver for the Rams, 15-yard penalty, everything else. The whole thing went along with it, and fines probably coming. So I was looking back. There was a play in a game with the Giants and the Patriots about a month ago, 3 weeks ago. I think it was Christian Ellis was the guy for New England. First, he took Jackson Dart out on just a massive hit on the sidelines. That was ruled okay in bounds. And then about 5 minutes later, Giants kick returner was absolutely obliterated by Christian Ellis. It was a helmet-to-helmet hit. The Giants kick returner's helmet cracked open. The guy went to the sidelines, concussion. He never came back in. No penalty was called on the play. And I thought, okay, well, the NFL will at least look at this. Well, he never got a fine, never got anything. The NFL said it was fine. Everything was okay. So I looked it up. Do players get fines? The answer is no, they don't. The NFL says if you lower your helmet and make forcible contact, that is a serious offense. So how do you get a helmet-to-helmet hit without doing that? And I just bring it up because I know the NFL is always talking about player safety. If you saw the hit that the Patriot guy put on that giant kick returner, you remember it.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's helmet cracked open. The head was clearly down. That's how the helmet hit the helmet. I don't see how you don't penalize stuff like that. But if you truly care about, the health of your players. So I don't get it. Anyone? No, just me. I'm a lone wolf here.
No, the Jackson Dart hit was perfectly legal.
Right,
He
it was inbounds.
He was running inbounds like
Yeah.
a Jackie, and he got
like a Jackie,
and he got punished.
He meant a
What's that
Jack
mean?
A.
Yeah,
but
I didn't
he
wanna-
didn't want
I
to
didn't
say.
wanna go that route.
He wasn't referring to the
I'm
name of
glad
Jackie.
Chris picked it up.
Immediately, I was like, Jackie Robinson, did he play football? Yes, he did. But where do I go from here?
No, I do remember the hit. It was a bad hit. Crown of the helmet definitely was pointed in the direction of the player. They do miss these from time to time. That is a reality.
The refs can miss it, but the league office shouldn't miss it. They look
Yeah.
at the film of it anyway.
No, you're right.
So, all
I
right,
have
I'm
no rebuttal
picking
for
on
that.
Christian Ellis. I don't mean to. That's just the one play I remember that went completely unpenalized this year.
I don't know if I want which of the options I want. If I want to see Scraby do a big five on the fly, or if I really want to see all of this work he put in on the other side.
He gets to decide. He's the producer of the program.
It's not gonna be
Producer's
on the
choice
fly.
again.
After we go to traffic and help everybody get home. I heard there was a couple of pileups, unfortunately. But after that, Scraby is going to have to come clean and do something. So
we're gonna do the big five because
Oh,
I was
okay.
overruled. Remember?
Oh, don't go with the overrule.
Protecting San Diego after accidents or injury.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water. Jam-packed on the southbound side of the 805 just before University Avenue. You've got a collision, stop and go delays. And then the 8 eastbound slows down. The right lane is blocked at the 5 with a collision. You have another accident involving a motorcycle further east right at the 805. The left lane is blocked. Stick with 94. What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? We always bottle our Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source, and all our bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from our own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source. I'm Swather with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's that time of the show when we check on the latest in sports. Only the most important topics and questions are brought to light.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
These news stories will astound and amaze you. The one, the only.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
The Big Five starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All guests on 97.3 The Fan join us via the David P. Shapiro Fan Hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Okay, so the guy on MLB Network right now is Steve Phillips, the one who said that Francisco Lindor is going to be a Padre and all this other stuff. He's going jacket and hoodie sweatshirt.
Yeah,
that is quite aggressive.
That's the look when you are I bet you he has pajama pants on underneath. Like you can't see. This is like COVID all over again. This is one of those looks that is I see often now. The sports coat with the hoodie underneath it.
Don't mind the look. I mind what he's saying because everything he says is wrong. And I'm tired of people coming on there like they know something and they don't know anything. The only thing that Ken Rosenthal hasn't reported this whole offseason, I know Ken's getting thrown in there. The only thing he didn't
end of the year Ken bash.
The only thing he didn't report this offseason was that Michael King was going to re-sign with the Padres.
That's not true.
That's the only thing he didn't report.
That's not true. He did say
Come on.
there is lots of interest still between the Padres and Michael King.
After he had him going to the Red Sox, Yankees,
Hey, I'm not saying
Orioles,
you're wrong
and Blue Jays.
I think we need to try to get Ken on.
There's no way.
I think that ship
Tony
is
and I are
sailed,
going to
buddy.
leave the room.
He won't do it because he's scared to come on in
I
a
don't
town
think
where the
he's
Padres
scared.
hate him.
I don't think he's scared. He's come on this show before.
What show?
He used
This show.
Where was I?
You were there.
You were definitely here. been on here multiple times.
Yeah,
actually.
I think he's been on at least 5 times in the 8-year period.
Not
Anyway,
anymore.
Number 5.
Not anymore.
yeah. Sorry, it's so awkward when you see him at the ballpark, Tony.
I pretend like nothing happened. Dog.
All right, so here's number 5, and the Padres are reportedly they've signed the KBO 2025 Player of the Year, Mr. Sung Moon Song. I'm sure I'm going to be corrected when we get back in the new year, but Mr.
I'm gonna wait
Song.
till February
When
when I
yeah.
arrive, get the official
Yes.
pronunciation.
So he is reportedly to be on the team. The announcement has not happened yet, so we can't say it's
Reportedly.
official.
Yep.
But it's pretty official.
No, it's reportedly.
In my mind, it's pretty official. So Mr. Song plays third base, second base, and first base. Chris, which position will Mr. Song play?
Like as a starter or just in general? I don't think he's going to start. I think they'll have him as a backup at the beginning. I don't think he has the same stats the last 2 years in Korea that Ha-Seong Kim had his last 2 years. Same, almost identical. I don't think it's going to take time. There's no way you can pick up that fastball, even if you want to. I don't think.
I mean, that was Ha-Seong Kim's kryptonite.
He was getting blown by him early.
Yeah.
So I think he'll, back up at probably first and second, less at third. Is Iglesias back or where's he at?
Free agent.
Yep.
I'd love to find him somewhere at some point.
Tony, which position will Mr. Song play?
He'll probably play
Mr.
more.
Song.
It's the only way not to offend him when we butcher his name.
He'll probably play more second base, first base is my guess, than any other position. I think Chris is right. He won't start. He'll have to kind of prove that he deserves that type of playing time. But my guess is he's not going to see a ton of action at third base. And if he does, God help us.
Yeah, right.
That probably doesn't mean
point.
something good at all.
Yeah, that's
You know what I'm
true.
saying?
I see
Like,
what
if-
you're saying. It means
If
there's
he's
a
playing
bigger
lot of
problem
third,
at hand.
that means, yeah, exactly.
All right.
Number 4.
I've been waiting to talk about this story all day, so I'm glad I was able to get to the big 5, guys. DraftKings is going to have to pay $934,137 in winnings it sought to have voided. The Massachusetts Gaming Commission ruled by a 5-0 vote on Thursday that they are going to have to pay out. So here's what happened. They told regulators that a patron had strung together a series of total hit wagers on Toronto Blue Jays player Nathan Lucas during the 2025 ALCS. The patron used them to form several multi-leg parlays. His bets hit when the player finished with 9 hits in the 7-game series with Seattle. A review of the wagering data showed 27 parlays tied to the air. Of those, 24 would have resulted in full payouts totaling roughly $828,000 and change. If all correlated legs were honored, I know, stay with me, guys.
Jesus.
Only 3 parlays, including losing non-correlated legs. All right, I'm going to make this more simple because this was simple in my head when I read
I'm
it.
so lost right now.
Basically, there was an error on the website. This bettor took advantage of the error on the website, allowing him to stack some of these bets.
Did he take advantage knowing he was taking advantage?
They don't know. But this person did wager a lot of money each time in the same way that he stacked the bets. But this went to a vote, and this person is owed their money. And people are saying, good. Finally, DraftKings is getting, a penalty for something that they did. Because if they had an error on their side, and
if we had an error, if we made an error, they're not honoring.
oh
our
yeah,
error.
that's what I meant.
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Yeah, I know
They're
exactly.
not going to honor. They're just going to take our money. So, all of that said, Tony, should DraftKings get their money back?
Absolutely not.
Thank you.
Cha-ching! I mean, Chris has highlighted this so often. Very rarely do these bookies, legal or illegal,
Rocco,
end up on the wrong side. They always end up on the right side. Always. The one rare time is when like a whole bunch of people bet one way and it happens to hit. It's the only time they lose, which is very, 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 very.
And they take
few.
steps to make sure that doesn't happen.
Exactly. So if they made the error, My man, whether he took advantage of it on purpose or not,
give him credit.
And it's their era. Give that man his cheese.
All right, Chris, what do you think?
Price of doing business.
Yeah.
Sorry. If you put something up there on the webpage wrong and somebody gets you,
hang with them.
You know, find somebody to put it up right. Why should I give DraftKings? Look, $937,000.
Chump
Like
change.
I'll flip a nickel on the table
Chump
for you.
change
The kind of money
for
they
ya.
make at DraftKings.
I will tell you. Okay, so I have a better way of explaining what this person did. So they were allowed to put it in together in the parlay. This guy has 5 hits. This guy will have 6 hits in the series. This guy will have 7 hits in the series. This guy will have 8 hits in the series. So he hit on each leg of the parlay when he got his 5th hit, 6th hit, 7th hit,
Good.
and 8th hit.
Good for him.
So that's the error. But
Okay.
Wait, what's the error?
Don't make him say it again. He's going to blow my head
right
up.
as you said that.
Okay.
Sorry.
The error is that he bet on Nathan Lucas to have 5 hits in the series, 6 hits in the series, 7 hits in the series, and 8 hits in the series. It should have only allowed one of those in the parlay. It allowed all
Oh,
of
yeah,
those.
that's definitely their fault.
So when he got to the 8 hits, he hit all of his legs.
Because you know how if they had that right, he wouldn't even have the option to pick those other those choices. So that's on them. No,
Yeah, I
absolutely.
agree.
That's an easy one.
All right, let's move on from that brain buster.
Number 3.
The offensive-starved Pittsburgh Pirates finally made an aggressive offseason move, acquiring 2-time All-Star second baseman Brandon Lau from the Tampa Bay Rays. As part of a 3-team trade that also includes the Astros, the Rays are going to send Lau, left-hander Mason Montgomery, and outfielder Jake Mangum. Oh, that's a name, Mangum, to Pittsburgh. The Pirates will deal a right-handed pitcher Mike Burrows to Houston. Tampa Bay is going to get some prospects from Houston as part of the deal. Blah, 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 blah. Chris, does this prove that the Pirates are trying?
No. Anybody can grab one good player. No.
I agree with you.
So they're they're going to have to. How about win a couple of games and then at the All-Star break for the first time in, since the We Are Family days,
buy instead of sell?
How about, buying another player or two? Lau's good. He's not going to change the fortunes of the Pirates.
No.
So. Tony, does this prove the Pirates are trying at all?
They're trying a little bit.
Okay.
But you don't get no credit for trying a little bit. You made a trade. You put a Fugazi offer to Schwarber.
Fugazi
like he was going to take it. They got more work to do. And the people of Pittsburgh deserve better. So I hope they do get it done. I hope they find a way to at least be like, man, the Pirates, man, they're making some noise this year. Longer than the half a season that they've done in the past.
Yeah. Brandon Lau will be on the move at this year's trade deadline.
Poor Brandon Lau. I mean, I don't know, man. He went from Tampa to Pittsburgh. It might be an upgrade.
Really?
I mean,
He's playing in a major league ballpark
for
now.
like
Yeah.
the whole
But
season.
they're back. They're going to be back in the Trop.
Have you been to
I
Trop
have not.
before?
I have not. And you've told me it's horrible.
I'm willing to say Pittsburgh's better than the Trop.
I mean, their park is beautiful.
Yes.
And the Trop is not.
The Trop is not beautiful.
It just reminds
Whatever
me.
the opposite of beautiful is.
I feel like I would walk in and I would just smell like indoor chlorine.
That's funny. You don't smell indoor chlorine, but I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
All right, let's move on to the next one.
Number 2.
The light show they got going is amazing right now for this
College football
college
playoff.
football game.
It's going to be better than the game.
The Los Angeles Angels, we talked a little bit about this earlier, but I have a different question for you guys. They agreed Friday to a last-minute settlement with the family of deceased pitcher Tyler Skaggs after jurors deliberating for more than 2 days sent queries that suggested the verdict might go in the family's favor. The amount in terms of the settlement, ending a years-long battle over culpability in Skaggs' death, was not immediately disclosed. However, Skaggs' family had been seeking $118 million in potential lost earnings plus added damages. Tony?
Scraby?
With the Angels settling, does the settlement admit guilt?
To the Angels?
Yes, for the Angels. Are they admitting
I
guilt?
would say so. There's some guilt.
Or
you're
are
admitting
they
to.
trying not to be, have the decision go through? Because they get wind that's not going to go their way, so then they settle. They don't actually lose.
I mean, I'm assuming that they came. I don't know. I shouldn't assume that the Angels came to them to settle, or vice versa. Does it say?
It says that
said that it looked like with the jurors being out for 2 days, that the verdict was likely to not be in favor of the Angels.
So,
they read that and said, we better get in there.
I'm going to assume that the Angels saw the writing on the wall.
Right.
And went to the family, which in some ways is exactly that, admitting you have some culpability in this.
And I believe they do.
They definitely do. I don't know if it's all on them, but certainly there's a high percentage of it.
Yeah. Chris,
yes.
Does the settlement admit guilt?
No. I don't think so. Lawyers would tell me different. I think that's one of the things wrong with our, justice system. The fact that if you truly believe in yourself to be innocent, but you might lose anyway, you're better off kind of admitting guilt.
Yeah.
And I
don't know. I don't know if it's the bias in me that feels like it's only one-sided on that. Like, if it's the company,
right? Well, they have the money to back it up. You don't.
I feel like you are kind of.
I don't know. I mean, if you didn't do if you were charged with a horrible crime and you really truly didn't do it, but for some reason it was just not going your way in the trial, the lawyer would tell you to just take your 8 years and get out of there.
For sure.
And you'd be like, what?
But I also know a place
that's
like
not great.
An organization like the Angels can hire like the best of the best of the best. So I don't know. That's a tough one. It's actually a good question, Greg.
Thank you very much for this fantastic Big Five that we're having right now.
Number one.
We're actually, how about this? We're actually going on time too.
Wow.
Last show we can do something about that.
No.
You can filibuster a little bit.
I will tell you right now, this is the last one. Travis Kelce is going to be playing in the last 3 games of the season, even though the Chiefs have been eliminated from the playoffs. Did you guys hear that? The Chiefs are eliminated from the playoffs. He's a 13-year veteran. He knows these 3 games could be the final ones of his career. He said he wants to play because it's integrity. He signed up to be a Chief. He's a Boy Scout, basically. So, Chris, is this going to be the final 3 games of Travis Kelce's career?
I don't mean this to sound bad, but I just kind of hope so.
You done with the rigmarole?
Well, I'm done with the rigmarole, but I'm also watched him play. And I just don't want to see him dropping more passes and fumbling balls into interceptions. Travis Kelce should be a Hall of Fame, will be a Hall of Famer. And I don't want any more Willie Mays swings and misses at the end of his career. So I think he'd be smart to get out while he's still okay.
He has a bright future in whatever the heck he wants to do after football. Tony, do you think these are the final 3 games of his career?
I do, but I hope it's not. And here's why. I think he could come back next year and not be a focal point of the offense and have a much better year. I feel like they're still in the mode of he's still Travis Kelce. We got to find ways. I just think of Tony Gonzalez in his last few years and how he was used. He wasn't the focal point of the offense, but he gets you a big catch in a big point in the game seemingly all the time. And I think he has one more year like that in him. But Chris is right. Watching him this year makes me think it might be the end.
Yeah, he does seem like he's moving a little bit slower. It does seem like...
I mean, forget the slow. You can get away with moving slower because you, as a tight end, know where you're going. But he's like not doing the thing that you have
every
to
time
do.
he drops a pass, it goes into another guy's hand.
It's the
for
dropping
a pick.
of the passes that I think is troubling.
That's a massive problem. All right, when we get back, final happy hour of the year on 97.3 The Fan.
Think you can outsmart me?
Chris, hello. Yeah, we're here in Cooperstown for 97.3 The Fan. So excited, the induction weekend for the great Trevor Hoffman. What a class he's going in with, too. Let's take a look. Of course, Alan Trammell from Kearney High School in San Diego. And then, of course, the Detroit Tigers' great shortstop, Jack Morris, in a Tiger uniform there, but I always remember him pitching that 1-0 shutout in Game 7 of the 1991 World Series for the Minnesota Twins. Maybe the greatest postseason pitching performance of all time. Chipper Jones, Padre fans remember him. Every fan of a National League team remembers him because he would come in and do damage to that team. Only the second number 1 overall pick in the Major League Draft, Chipper Jones, to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. The other is Ken Griffey Jr. Vladimir Guerrero, never met a pitch he couldn't swing at, and powerhouse hitter for the Expos, and then, of course, the Angels at the end of his career. Jim Thome, over 600 home runs, mostly with the Cleveland Indians. And then, oh yeah, the guy down here on the end who used to get all these guys out all the time, Trevor Hoffman, the greatest Padre reliever of them all. Two of the greatest outfielders in the history of baseball. Of course, you've got Babe Ruth right here. Ted Williams right over there. I was wondering who the third outfielder would be. And then, of course, it hit me. Tony would be upset if I didn't say that the third outfielder, who will someday probably be displayed right here between these two guys, is obviously Mike Trout. And this is the San Diego Padres locker room here in Cooperstown. Obviously, a couple of jerseys there and hats, gloves, all-star stuff. I think the most interesting thing in this entire display, though, especially this weekend, is a picture in the top corner of Angus Young. He's the guitarist for AC/DC, wearing a Trevor Hoffman uniform, obviously playing Hell's Bells. I know that Trevor went to many AC/DC concerts and was honored by sitting in the front row to watch AC/DC play Hell's Bells in his honor. But there's a picture of Angus Young playing Hell's Bells for Trevor Hoffman, wearing the 51 jersey right there. Chris, hello. Yeah, we're here in Cooperstown for 97.3 The Fan. So excited, the induction weekend for the great Trevor Hoffman. What a class he's going in with, too. Let's take a look. Of course, Alan Trammell from Kearney High School in San Diego. And then, of course, the Detroit Tigers' great shortstop, Jack Morris, in a Tiger uniform there, but I always remember him pitching that 1-0 shutout in Game 7 of the 1991 World Series for the Minnesota Twins. Maybe the greatest postseason pitching performance of all time. Chipper Jones.
Are here, the final happy hour of 2025. Scraby surprised us with a pretty efficient Big Five. That doesn't happen.
Maybe
ever.
you shouldn't do it ahead of time all the
Yeah,
time.
maybe you should just freestyle like that all the time.
Number
good.
one, the Big Five runs long because of the answers, not because of the questions.
No, that's not true. It's not
He's
true.
not even talking about the fact that we got it done on time. He's
Oh, I
talking
thought
about
that's
the
what
fact
you
that
said.
you
I was
had good topics for a change.
Right. Aside, we already went over why the Big Five is long as it is yesterday. We don't need to rehash that again. Into the happy hour. OU in Alabama, moments away from kicking off the college football playoffs.
You know why?
2025.
You know why? Another example of why I don't waste my time with pregame shows.
Why?
They asked Nick Saban who he thought was going to win the Alabama-Oklahoma game. Like there was any question.
What if he
they
would
moved-
have said OU though?
There's no way Nick Saban
I
going to
don't think
say
he has,
OU.
he has no allegiance to Alabama anymore.
Whoa, that's
Please.
Anymore.
That's a little strong. He still has
Next
allegiance.
up on the panel was Brian Bosworth,
Where do you
former
think-
Oklahoma linebacker. Brian, who you got? And the thing is, they showed Bosworth. I couldn't hear what he was saying. But if you saw it too, Tony. He's breaking down everything. He's got his hands going. He's like, "Wait, yeah, in here." And
Yeah, by the way, we have no sound, but
like
that's
we
what
didn't
it looked like.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, you're picking Oklahoma. Just get to it. These guys just crack me up, honestly. But that's what they have to do. They're told to do that, so they don't have a choice. You're the ones that could make these. Make it a goal for 2026. Stop watching all the pre and post game rigmarole and stop watching the stupid halftime interview with the coach as he jogs off the field. Somewhere, somehow, they've got to get the message that we don't want to see that stuff anymore.
Turn your mic on.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I will do that if you do this, Chris. If you start watching live sports.
Live sports?
Yeah.
No, I can't watch live
There
sports.
you go. Then I'm not going to do your thing.
Well, fine, but I can't. I have to fast forward through all this malarkey. That's precisely why I don't watch live sports.
You don't want to see the malarkey.
No malarkey.
Oh, Eric made a really good comment. He says he hates pregame shows, but he's breaking down the pregame show.
Well, that's because it's forced on us, right?
Well, it's
we're in a studio.
screen. Thank you, Eric.
Eric also said we had a really great overtime episode yesterday, so thank you, Eric.
The overtime episode.
That's a better comment.
It was what's the word? Organic. Because we really
Definitely.
we didn't plan on talking
We're
about
supposed to
it.
talk about Mason Miller pitching in the World Baseball Classic, and we never got to it.
It got pushed to the show. The NBA sent out a memo Friday informing teams that it plans policy changes to prevent injury information from being leaked and used by sports bettors after current and former players were indicted in October. The NBA told teams that it will make several changes to its injury reporting policies, including requiring teams to submit an injury report on game days between 11 a.m. 1 p.m., though not on the second night of a back-to-back game. The NBA will also update public injury reports on its website every 15 minutes. Those reports are currently updated every hour. The league said it has also reviewed its policies around tanking and incentives involved. The memo said part of the review includes potential changes to draft pick protection and changing its drafty lottery rules.
Drafty, like
The whole lottery system was
I don't know what that is. Drafty.
The whole lottery system was invented because of the NBA.
Maybe
and
it meant to
teams
say
tanking.
draft lottery rules, and that's just a typo, but it made it in there.
You remember the first team to actually tank was like openly do it? It was the Rockets. They got Akeem Olajuwon. Or no, they got Ralph Sampson.
Got Ralph Sampson first
from Virginia, 7'3", All-American center, number one player in the country, and then lost every game basically on purpose, so that in 1984 they could get Olajuwon.
And it was,
of course, the guy that they didn't get in '84 was MJ.
Now,
But
if I recall, a couple years later, that same duo upset the Lakers.
they did in '86.
In '86, so it took them a couple years to get where they needed to.
But
But
they beat the Lakers, got to the finals, did not beat Boston
No, they
because
did not.
Boston was unbeatable with 5 Hall of Famers in the starting lineup. That was pretty good, Boston, back then. Well, maybe 4. I don't think Ainge is in the Hall of Fame, but he was pretty good. But what are they going to do? I didn't hear the Like they're just going to consider changing to try to keep teams from tanking? Or
I think the major one is that the teams have to submit an injury report early, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. It has to be in that time.
Okay.
And the other thing I think they're going to do that is probably helpful. Typically, they update the injuries every hour. Now it's going to be every 15 minutes. So
wow.
So
if a guy stubs his toe on the way to the body, it's going to be on the report.
It needs to be reported between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. You got a long range. You got 2 hours basically to get your submits in.
I mean, I honestly don't know that it seems incredibly necessary for, Aztec basketball has to submit these now. Every team.
Yeah.
College, Division I. But with everybody gambling on all of the games, I know why they're doing it. That's why they're doing it. They'll never say so, but that's why.
What? They'll never say that.
They'll never say that we're giving you all this information so that the gamblers can make an intelligent decision on who to bet on. They're saying it because we don't want any shenanigans. Okay. You want to give the bettors all the information. The NFL was 30 years ahead of you by printing in the newspaper on Wednesdays the injury report. 30 years it took the NBA to figure out, maybe we should put one of those out.
I mean, yeah, this is this story has calmed down a lot, obviously, because we're a little bit, but we
haven't had a controversy, gambling controversy for a while.
This is gonna pop back up. I mean, the Class A case is gonna eventually be, adjudicated
front and center.
And then you got all of these other, the Rozier and Big Shot was Chauncey Billups, right? So it's quiet now, but these problems ain't going nowhere. I don't think.
Was Rozier the play? No, who was the play? It was Rozier in the Billups case, because he said in totally innocent, Rozier, right?
Well, they all said they're totally
and so did
innocent.
Chauncey.
Okay. Yes, Rozier was the one that actually pulled himself out of the game. Is alleged to have pulled himself out of a game.
Scored 1 point, and then said
I'm out.
Ankle hurt.
So.
Yeah, and it just so happened that everybody he knows bet $100 million on that game or whatever. The biggest, the craziest denial of the week, I think, is, we'll see where this goes, but the coach for the University of Ohio, Smith, let me get it, Brian Smith.
What was his denial?
He was fired Wednesday.
Yeah.
Romantic relationships, including one that he admitted to with a student, as well as an allegation of public intoxication.
Question. Is this gentleman married?
Brian Smith.
I believe so. It said extramarital and some of the
okay. So
extra.
Okay, so listen to this now. So this is awesome to me. I love this stuff, but I shouldn't love it.
Love this stuff.
Yeah, I shouldn't love it because it's sordid and I wish it didn't happen. But this is the stuff that anyway. Okay, so he admitted that he had a romantic relationship with a student, and he was fired for cause. His attorney said he didn't participate in an extramarital affair, and you know it. We are going to vigorously defend him at every turn and prove that all of this stuff is.
Wait, they dropped in the
basically,
you know it too?
Yeah, basically, yeah, right. He did.
You know it.
And you know it. So
I believe him now.
His attorney
of these people.
His attorney is saying he did absolutely nothing wrong. Well, this is absurd.
Ohio's just making this up.
But Smith apparently said he admitted to doing it. I don't get how that works, but that's what's happening there.
I'm telling you, they think we're dumb.
We were born last night again, Tony.
I think that's the only conclusion
I always wonder,
to.
When this whole Sharon Moore thing went down, what is he thinking? Is he like, oh no, they're going to start, all these schools are going to start looking into head coaches and I'm going to get caught? Or do you think he just doesn't even think that? He
Brian
just goes,
Smith?
Yeah.
Apparently he was fine with it.
When that went down, there had to be a little bit of
sweat.
If you're married,
but if he's drinking, he may not even have picked up on those.
If you're married, which apparently is an extramarital affair, as the words used here, so Scraby said, if you're married and you admit that you had a romantic relationship with a student,
a student.
Is there more that we need to know more before we can fire you with cause? But according to his attorney, he didn't participate in an affair, and you know it.
I like how he says you know it.
That part
I didn't say that. He said
No,
that.
I know.
That
I know.
part
I
is
know.
so outrageous.
It is
and you know
outrageous.
it.
So we'll keep an eye on it.
I don't
But
think
you know what's going to happen too. They'll never come to any conclusion one way or the other. It'll be settled out of court. He will lose his job.
Yes.
And so he'll never have to admit to any wrongdoing. Nothing will be 100% proven, but he'll, just quietly go away with some sort of little payoff that they'll agree to.
You're probably right.
That's how you get out of that without further damage.
Probably right. All right, let's get to break. More happy hour.
I got it.
You got what?
I got some topic.
Aren't we doing a year in review, or we got
That's
a
the
little more
last
time?
segment. You guys have pushed it this far. I would much
Why
rather.
don't we do the career in review tomorrow since you pushed it back?
I would much rather hear what Michael King had to say to Sammy. I pulled some clips.
Fair enough. Michael King coming up next.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic.
A couple of quick NFL notes for you fantasy players that are deep into your playoffs here. Things you may want to know for the weekend. Looks like Drake London will be back in the lineup for Atlanta. A week too late as far as my wife's team was concerned. She needed him last week. And also Marvin Harrison returning for the Cardinals.
Yeah, I could have used him a couple weeks ago too. Thanks, Marvin.
And his return, I think, affects the world of Michael Wilson, who's the other Arizona receiver who gets like 16 targets when Marvin Harrison isn't there. Gets like 3 or 4 targets when Marvin Harrison is there,
which is crazy.
That's Sophia Wilson's husband.
Yeah, you think that.
Did not realize that.
Yeah.
So anyway, something to consider. Those are a couple of wide receiver notes as far as lineups are concerned. Scraby and I are both in the semifinals of our league here, but I'm in big trouble. Puka Nacua put me 48 points down last night.
You scored what, 23?
JSN got 23.5. With that late touchdown gave me a little hope.
That keeps you in the fight.
That gave me a little hope.
For a while there, I was like, "Oh man, he's got one target."
He's going to be he's going to be depressed when he comes in tomorrow. Yeah, 48 points, so it's hard to overcome. But maybe you're right. It's still a game. And then Scraby got 11 or 12 on Kyron Williams, but what you were worried about got you. You also have Corum, the backup. He scored 17.
I know.
So
Blake Corum's been stealing the goal line.
He's stealing some of Kyron Williams'
on my team.
stuff.
The ones that got to the playoff.
And then they get down to the 1 yard line, and I'm like, okay, Kyron's in. They're going to give it to him. He gets one shot. He gets stopped, and then they put back in Blake Corum.
And then third down, they threw to Puka Nacua. Somebody cover that guy.
There's just all kinds of hurt for the Gwynn and Chris
48 points. My goodness.
You guys sound like y'all about to be joining me here shortly.
Yeah, sidelines are waiting. Yeah.
I'm taking on Sammy Lev, and you better believe tonight at the Christmas party, I am not talking to him.
Sammy Lev versus Scraby and me versus Braden. That's how it played out this year. All right. Good luck to everybody in their fantasy playoffs, though. One way or the other, TJ Watt also not playing against the Lions. I can't wait to see Michael Valenzuela tonight. I haven't seen him since his Steelers beat
he came
the
looking
Dolphins.
for you the other day.
I know.
Yeah, he did.
I want to thank him because he finally put the Tua world out of its misery. I saw, who was it? Taron Armstrong, the former tackle for the Dolphins, said, "You guys don't know what you're talking about." He said, "This kid's going to play the last 3 games. They're not going to see much, and Tua will be the starter on opening day." And I said, "I don't know what world you're looking at. I don't see how Tua can be back."
I think he's right. You want me to
You
tell
do?
you?
You think he might, huh?
You know, I think he's right because the amount of money they owe him next year, and if they were to release him, the amount of dead money that goes, I don't think it's something that an organization can do. They're going to have, at the very least, he's going to be on the roster. And if he's on the roster making that kind of money,
if he's on the roster, they may not have a quarterback who's better than him. I heard something that Dan Marino said. We're talking Dolphins again, and that's going to make Scraby mad. But
I mean, we're supposed to talk Michael King.
Yeah, it's fair. Let's go to that. If you want to know what Dan Marino said, look it up yourself.
No, go ahead and finish the story. Finish the story.
He just said that everybody hates Tua, and it's not fair because the guy did put his health and everything on the line for that organization.
Man, that's coming from your GOAT, man.
That's coming from Marino. He said, look, this guy was beat up. He got concussion after concussion after concussion. He kept playing and trying to win games for you. So that part should be appreciated.
I kind of agree with that.
So there you go.
I think it's not. I think Tua would be better served with a different, I hate to say it, head coach.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of people who say their offense is too difficult for almost any quarterback to run, let alone him.
Where was Mike McDaniels before he got the job with Niners?
Yeah.
That whole system in San Francisco seems to be a very complicated, which is why Trey Lance didn't survive.
He didn't make it at all.
And Purdy has thrived in it for the most part. But I don't know, man.
Everyone's chimed in.
I think the idea, and I've heard this from a lot of different coaches, good ones, you're supposed to be trying to find what your guy does best and highlight it.
That was a Don Shula phrase often. Just tell me who I have and I'll design my team for them.
It doesn't
Mike
seem
McDaniels
like that's
goes the other way
here.
around. All right, Scraby, go to Michael King because I could keep talking about this and I don't want to.
His face.
No, I'm good.
He's all
I'm good.
upset.
I'm good. It's the last show of the year, last hour of the year. But Michael King did a solid for us and signed with the Padres before we went to break. And Sammy Lev caught up with him. You can go to 973thefansd.com or 973thefansd on Twitter if you want to see more of the coverage. But Sammy opened up with, how you feeling after signing a contract to come back to San Diego?
Question.
Yeah, such a good question.
Great question.
Absolutely incredible. That was my agent's main goal was he wanted me to be happy about the contract that I got, and playing back in San Diego was something that I was high up on my list. I think that my wife and I fell in love with the city. I think my parents fell in love with the city.
Mm-hmm.
And we could not be more excited to be back here and playing in front of these fans.
Let's dive into that a little bit more, because during the press conference, you mentioned family, having roots here. Can you describe what about your experience here in San Diego in particular made you feel like this was a place in particular you wanted to be?
Yeah, honestly, there was no one moment that did. I think it was the culmination of the last 2 years of having a baby out here with an awesome doctor and awesome hospitals. Starting our foundation out here because there are so many ties to type 1 diabetes in San Diego, let alone the weather, let alone the awesome stadium. The fan base is absolutely electric. The team is a winning team. The players here, the coaches here, I just vibed really well with. And I think these last 2 years, it totally changed my perspective on the West Coast and West Coast baseball. And yeah, I'm very pumped to be back.
Ooh.
Note to all San Diegans right here. I don't know. Was it last year at some point, or maybe it was a year before? There was this conversation about the type of fans we wanted to be, and it was, I think New York was involved with it, and how they approached.
I think it
players.
was Cameron Maben said
Cameron
that
Maben,
you should be mean to players.
Everybody got in their feelings about that. Here is why it's best to do you where you're at, right? Because Michael King, and let me tell you, most East Coasters, I know it is a hard deal to get them to be like, man, this is a place I want. I can give up home.
What does the matter with East Coast people? Don't they come out here and see how wonderful the weather is?
They like our weather for a little bit, but then they pop off once they go back home.
Okay.
You've convinced one and his entire family that this is a place that they are happy that they planted roots in.
We've converted an East Coast guy.
You did.
That's
not
hard.
Not an easy fix. No, not an easy deal there.
Sammy Lev also asked Michael King about what he wants to be in 2026.
I had a college coach tell me winning should be the only thing that's on your mind, and making the person next to you be the best teammate you could be. I think that ultimately we have not won a championship, and that weighs on me. And so I think that I absolutely have something to prove in terms of being a championship caliber player, coming out in October and being that guy that is a guaranteed win for the team every time I'm on the mound. So I think that I can bring a championship here, and I can make the guys around me better players. Ultimately, that will hopefully be the thing that defines me as a player this year.
I mean, listen, Michael's coming in to a role now where, he's got some time under his belt.
He's a vet. Different
leadership as you start moving up the ladder like this. 3 years 25, 3 years 75. I mean, that's a responsibility, and he sounds like he's kind of walking in that right now.
He got off to a really good start in San Diego. His first interview was conducted by Tony Gwynn Jr. and Matt Scraby without Chris Ello. I remember listening to it because you replayed it that day. You guys did a great job. And I think he benefited from not having me in there to scare him away. So
I was listening to Michael King. Who were we talking about?
I said Michael King's first interview. You two guys did it. I was not with you at the moment. And I said, I think he, it worked out well because I wasn't there to scare him off. So that was good.
I don't know how it happened, but I remember asking about the Yankees facial hair policy before. It was...
That sounds like a Scraby question.
Yeah. And he said, it's fine. I can't grow a beard. So
he was, he sounded like a terrific guy in the interview. He's been terrific all the way. And I do believe that whether people want it, because we're always supposed to just chase the dollar and as much as you can get. And maybe this was as much you can get. I don't know. But I truly believe the relationship with the organization, the fans, the city really helped draw him back here. And he said pretty much
He did.
To Sammy there.
Last one, and then we'll go to break. Michael King was asked by our great Sammy Levitt about how he mentioned the championship being a big important thing. So Sam asked him to expand on that.
I mean, the adrenaline rush from a big game is there's nothing like it. I think that you have guys that crumble in those situations and guys that really rise up. And I have always hoped to be the guy that a team can count on to rise up in those situations. Playing in front of the fans here in October was the adrenaline rush that I've never seen before, and I absolutely loved it. So I want to maintain that for the rest of my career, and obviously for the rest of this contract.
I love him.
Yeah.
Chris, do you love him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I've said that.
Are we running out of gas, guys?
Yes, we are.
No, we're not. We're going to fire up the engine for one big segment, one that Scraby's been working on for 9, 10, 11 months.
So long that he had to give up a Big Five written and had to do a freestyle version.
Things got done.
They did.
And we got the biggest fan on the other side.
We also have the first touchdown of the playoff. Oklahoma's in for a 6-0 lead. Extra point coming against Alabama. More coming from Gwynn and Chris in a moment.
minutes on the clock. Last segment of 2025 here on Gwynn and Chris. Tony Gwynn Jr., Chris Ello, Matthew Scraby. He has been building up.
I hate that you guys are building this up because I stopped working on it because I knew you guys didn't want to do it.
He has been building it up.
I stopped working on it.
He's trying to give himself some disclaimers, but we aren't letting it happen.
This is going to be Radio Gaga. I believe that was a song by Queen back in the day.
Oh.
Radio Gaga. I don't know what it referred to, but
I was thinking Lady Gaga.
How's that go?
I'm not going to sing it for you.
All right, let's everybody hear Chris sing. You were in a singing telegram
All
group.
I hear is
That's what I thought it was.
Radio Gaga.
Oh,
Radio Goo Goo.
Oh,
Radio Gaga.
You know what I remember? They did. What is
Queen.
it? They did. CNN did that special with the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
one
I
of them
watched
was
it.
about the music, and that dude, that group,
Queen,
was on the stage, and it was like. It seemed like millions of people were out there.
That was crazy.
And they were all doing it at the same time.
That would be crazy.
Queen's
That
got quite a
He's
quite
got
a
quite a
run.
life. Yes.
Quite a run.
All right. Without
Biggest fan.
further ado, we got biggest fan. Hold up. Let me pull mine up here.
I have it if you just want.
Go ahead. Handle it, Scrape.
Congratulations to today's biggest fan, Ken Mosley of San Diego. Give us a call for the next 10 minutes at 833-288-0973. You qualify for our grand prize, 20 tickets for you and your friends for a night in our Odyssey Suite at a Padres game with all the fan staff later this season, catered by Spiro's Mediterranean Cuisine. Remember to register your name at 973thefansd.com/biggest-fan. Ken Mosley, you have 10 minutes, 833-288-0973. We have traffic and then a very mediocre segment to end the year.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury.
Traffic is brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Stop and go delays southbound on the 5 at Gilman Drive, all because of a collision. It's off on the shoulder, but you are packed. So is the 805 southbound at Noble Drive with another accident. This one's in the center divider. Whether you're dashing through San Diego or heading out of town, make sure your car's in the game. Friendly text at Valvoline Instant Oil Change will check your lights, wipers, tire pressure, battery, and more with every oil change. Grab holiday savings now at SoCalOilChange.com. I'm Sue Aller with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
All right. So Ken called in, our biggest fan, which might have been the quickest ever, which I appreciate you, Ken.
That means Ken's locked in.
Ken is definitely locked in, but there's something that people tell me on the phone here in the studio that I don't know how to respond to. And it's a totally normal thing, but usually people will go and say, "Go Padres" on their way off the phone. And what did I just awkwardly say back to Ken? Yes. So
it was pretty awkward too.
Am I just supposed to say "Go Padres" back?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I'll do from now on.
Give a little
That's what I'll
chuckle.
do.
Go Padres.
Go Padres.
Or yes, sir. Go Padres.
I know that all the SDSU coaches say "Go Aztecs" before they get off the phone.
That does seem to be a consistent theme.
I'm glad we've moved away from the Go Tex.
Oh,
Tex.
Go Tex.
I've never
not working.
been a big fan of that.
No, I wasn't.
You didn't like Go Tex?
And then
No. Didn't really know what it meant, and nobody knew what it was.
Yeah, and then we were doing the roll text thing, and it was like, yo, that's not even our thing.
We're not roll tide.
No.
Yeah, that's yeah. Stick with what you know. Stick with what you know. This hour is brought to you by the California Office of Traffic Safety. In 2023, 1,355 people were killed in alcohol-related crashes throughout California. Driving under the influence of anything is dangerous, illegal, and has serious consequences. Don't be the I in DUI. Go safely, California. All right. Go see our overtime episode from yesterday at Gwynn and Chris SD for stories about running on a curb. Remember, Tony, what Chris revealed to us yesterday?
Driving on a curb, not running.
Sorry, yeah, driving onto a curb.
Yes, I do remember.
All right, so here we go with our year-long recap. These are the year-long conversations that we had that came to mind. So you guys, please feel free to add anything. But the MLB media rights, that was something we talked about all year. Media rights, TV, where are we going to watch? Padres.com, all this stuff. That was one of the year-long conversations.
And how does it? Let's catch us up. How did it all end? The Padres are in the same situation they were before, right?
Yes, but I believe ESPN
Just ESPN. The microphone flag will say ESPN now instead of MLB, or will it still say MLB?
I would think I think it would be ESPN. So we've been talking about that. Obviously, we've been crushing the NIL landscape all year long because college sports is broken, and branching off of that in the last few months, it's been the CFP rankings, and the ridiculousness of the CFP is something we've talked about all year. Also, sports betting issues, which we will keep getting into in 2026. But here we go.
Yeah, we're going to continue to get through that.
January 1st. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to go like that. January, we came back from our break to some terrible news. The Padres had a lawsuit going on, and we found out about the Shield Seidler thing and the Padres thing.
That turns out that was just the beginning of that situation.
You know, now that the year's over,
it was.
Now that the year's over and we're kind of back into this sale, the Padres did a remarkable job of quieting that whole thing from February to November. You would have thought it would have come up all season long, but it really never did.
It was almost like once we got to spring training, it all stopped because it was pretty consistent conversation about it. And at that time, there were different things kind of leaking out or coming out. And then the season started and it just kind of went quiet. And it doesn't always happen that way.
Good job.
It doesn't. But yeah, we started the year first day back with a major story, which I didn't hate because I didn't know what we were going to talk about that day, but I did not like our topic. Also, first day back, Roki Sasaki watch heated up. We were watching to see where he would go.
Ken Rosenthal said he'd go anywhere but the Dodgers.
Everybody was like, I think Roki's going to choose the Padres. I think Roki's going to choose the Padres. Well, on January 17th, while we were on the show, Roki Sasaki proved who he really is and chose the Dodgers.
Scraby's never going to forget it.
No, he's not.
And then he cried sometime later in the dugout. Next one.
And then he was heroic in the World Series.
Yes.
So it turned out okay.
This is for you, Chris.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill said he didn't want to be a Dolphin anymore in January of 2025.
Wish he would have followed through on that after the way it all turned out.
So I know that many people's homes were burned down, but the LA fires at the beginning of the year, we specifically talked about JJ Redick's house being burned down, and I just wanted to bring it up because that was less than a year ago, and it seems like those people are still struggling.
There's a lot of people who think not enough has been done in the year since that's happened.
I might agree with them.
Start rebuilding. I'm sure there's a lot of red tape involved, and people are more into politics than I do. Can discuss it, but you'd like to see those. You hope that those people that were all lost their homes, like I hope we still care about them now. You know what I mean? We cared about them the first month,
for sure,
but do we care about them anymore? Right?
I think as a society, we just move on to the next
stressful
thing.
Unfortunately, I think everything is conditioned for us to do it that way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a news cycle literally, I don't even know if it lasts 24 hours anymore.
Maybe not.
It's probably, it's so, that was sad. And, hopefully those folks some of those folks are able to kind of get back on their feet.
Here's another one, and this has happened in January. Another sad story. Bob Uecker passed away in January. So we talked about that.
No biggie, but if this is all January, we're only going to make it to like March.
I get it. Okay. I was thinking the same thing looking at the clock. Let me do this one. Quick note. We talked about this last year in January. NFL has been laying the groundwork for years for an 18-game season because Goodell, the commissioner of the league, said that it was a, quote, logical step for an 18th game. So we're going to get that 18th game whether the players like it or not. All right. Let's go to February. We're going to start with another sad story, but February 12th, we had Scott Miller on the show, and I looked again. I'm not sure if we had him on again, but I just wanted to bring up Scott Miller because he passed away this year. So did Bryce Miller.
Scott and Bryce Miller.
We had both of them on quite a bit.
Yeah,
all the time.
Yeah.
And I thought about both of those guys often.
Yeah.
And I just, I ask why. Why was it them?
Yeah.
So
I mean, Bryce Miller was at spring
He
training
was at
last
spring
year.
training, and then
Things went south.
that's when it went bad.
But rest
in
in
peace to both.
Yeah, Scott and
Men.
Bryce Miller.
Great man.
February 17th, no easy way to get back into this. Nick Pivetta signs with the Padres. We were very excited about that.
The funny thing was, hold up, let's back that up. You said we were really excited about it.
Yeah.
I think we were really excited about it because
It was news.
we hadn't done anything.
It was news. That's why.
It wasn't necessarily because we knew Nick
Weren't
Pivetta was
expect-
going to be the number one starter on our
I know
team.
everybody, including myself, looked up all of the bad seasons he had with the Red Sox.
I
and went,
remember
what is going on here.
I remember it, but then we broke down the
I
contract, and I was like,
remember
okay.
saying that I thought this was kind of like a Joe Musgrove sign where he's finally going to start coming into his own. But I don't think anybody knew that it was going to be what it looked like this year.
No.
Not even close.
Not even close. All right, let me skip some now. Fernando takes Nick Pivetta yard in a backfield game.
Oh man, you really delving into the
You better get to March.
Eagles beat Chiefs in the Super Bowl, which was fun.
Yeah, you've already
all right,
ripped on
February.
the Chiefs enough.
Luka trade. People
This is-
lost their mind.
That was a big one.
And then the
huge.
first game back after that trade, the Mavs gave up 50 in the first quarter. And then
the fire Nico Harrison.
they said they
started.
traded him because of his terrible defense. They gave up 91 points in the first half.
Well,
And then
eventually Nico Harrison did
Shout out to Nico.
feel the
Good
wrath
man.
of it all.
All right,
he's
March
gone.
1st, SDFC starts their magical year. They win their first game, but not without controversy after fans were chanting derogatory things. But we did learn SDFC will stand up for what is right because Mikey Varas, the head coach, opened his post-game press conference condemning the homophobic discriminatory chants made by fans at the opposing goalkeeper, calling it unacceptable.
Shout out to Mikey Varas because he set the tone from that point. I mean, he set the tone in the first interview we ever had with him, but it was those type of things that happened that he was out front and just masterful in how he handled it.
He did. Yeah.
And I think at that point, everything that happened in like the first 2 months was all a surprise to the MLS league about San Diego FC.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. Fast forward to March 18th. Unfortunately, driving home from spring training, the Aztecs were drubbed by North Carolina 95-68. Remember, North Carolina
You could have
shot.
passed over that one.
Right. Why is
Wouldn't have hurt anybody.
North Carolina pulled a Buddy Boeheim. They shot 14 for 24 from three, 58% in that game. March 20th, UCSD makes NCAA tournament debut, so that was fun. They lost to Michigan by 3. Aztecs women basketball wins the Mountain West Championship and then play LSU in the tourney. Let's go to April. Padres were 15-4 on April 16th.
Boy, I was talking spicy too.
Yeah.
Not you guys.
No,
but
I know.
Everybody was feeling themselves real good at that point.
Fernando hit 7 homers that month, 15 RBIs.
Fernando looked like he did. We
MVP.
just give him the MVP
I
award.
distinctly
And
remember
by
doing
August, we were like I was among those stressing about it.
Distinctly remember in the first 3 months of the season, I was doing radio hits, and the first question was MVP something Fernando Tatis Jr. And then, like as you said, it just as the season progressed, that conversation got quieter and quieter and quieter till it was no more.
Yes. Luis Arias, just for comparison, hit 355 in the month of April with an OPS of 929, and he tied for the lead of the month with 3 homers.
They hadn't started hating them yet.
Yeah, I know.
Padres were 23-11 on May 5th. They were still rolling.
We're not to May yet, Chris.
I know, but
we're trying to help you get
No, I got.
If you don't get there,
I'm
we're
going to get moving. Also in April, Tony said it earlier. Rory's wins the Masters, completes Grand Slam.
You snuck that one in.
May, Padres were 13-13, but for golf, Scotty Scheffler wins the PGA Championship.
Scotty Scheffler was on a heater.
Was that the year?
2025
Was
too.
last year when he got arrested, or the year
No,
before?
2 years ago.
Okay.
June, Padres were 13-15, but JJ Spawn wins the U.S. Open in dramatic fashion. Chris couldn't believe the SGA never gets called for a push-off. I remember this.
Oh, yeah.
Saw this on the document quite a bit.
Carrying on about this.
July, Padres went 15-10, but outside of that, Scotty Scheffler wins the Open Championship at Royal Portrush. August, Padres were 16-12. Here's the big story we talked about. ESPN acquires parts of NFL media, including the rumors starting of NFL Red Zone slipping in commercials, and it's never stopped since then. They keep slipping in commercials.
more and more.
And they haven't even announced it. They just keep putting them in now.
Just slide another one in there.
Yes. September, Padres went 14-11. On September 7th, Alex Morgan's number was retired for the Wave.
Hey, Alex. She was honored at the ESPYs too last year.
Cool.
For contributions to her sport.
Freddie Fermin clinches a playoff berth with an 11th inning walk-off in September. September 26th, last City Connect game for the Mint and Pink. And the NFL season started with Jalen Carter spitting on Dak Prescott.
It sure did. He didn't even play it down.
No, it was the kickoff and then the spitting incident.
And then he's out.
October, Padres lose to the Cubs in the wild card. And really only thing I have for December, because I stopped trying.
Skipped November?
I stopped trying because you guys didn't want to do this. Notre Dame AD freaks out about not getting in the college football playoff is our big story of December. So
November didn't exist.
Wow, just
so
11 months of sports.
SDFC's playoff run went up in smoke
evaporated.
there in
You know
November.
what? That's an oversight on my part. It's a huge oversight on my part, actually.
Especially considering you said that it overshadowed what the Padres did. You didn't even put it in the year in review.
Yeah, that's a mistake. If I would have had some checking, I think I would have put that in there. But I'm going to go ahead and put that in there, guys. SDFC's playoff run.
Anybody remember the results of
November we hired Stammen.
Thank you.
Was it? Okay.
Brandon said that.
Anybody remember the results of the playoff games in Chicago?
Yes. It was 3-1, 3-1, 3-1.
Pretty close, Grabe. A lot closer than I would have got. 3-1, lost. 3-0, won. 3-1, lost. I mean, just no one hit for either side, really, in that series.
Stupid Michael Bush.
What happened to the Cubs? Who did they play next?
They played the Brewers.
And out they went.
And out they went. And down they went.
Down
and then the
they
Brewers
went.
forgot how to hit in the NLCS.
Out they went.
Yeah, out they went. All right. That's it for the year.
Everything you'd ever want to know about 2025.
Well, I wanted to do this for like 3 more hours. but-
Oklahoma 10-0 now over Alabama. Alabama looking like Alabumble so far. Not getting out of their own way.
Oh, I'm getting. I left the Aztec football team off the list.
Yes, you did, Scrape. You left quite a bit off the list there, buddy.
Well, Aztec football team goes in.
We promised the folks one of the
November.
best segments in the history of radio.
I think that qualifies.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Thank you, everyone, for listening all year long to our station. We really do appreciate it. And we will be back in 2026.
We also have a special Gwynn and Chris overtime that will play on Christmas Day.
I didn't want to say that. It was supposed to be a surprise.
Oh, it was?
But now it's out there.
Well, we need to promote it. Do we not?
We will have a special Christmas episode of the overtime on Christmas morning. Go to youtube.com/@GwynnandChrisSD.
How are you going to surprise everybody with that information without me saying something?
Well, it's just going
You
to
had
pop
your
up in their
ways?
feed. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
That's going to be it for
Tony's had enough.
2025. We'll return on January 5th, back as a whole crew once again.
Yes.
You guys enjoy the holidays. We catch you on the other side. Happy New Year.
Bye.